Middle linebacker. That's right. I was the water boy.
What to think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They want to let the world decay.
So I would go somewhere, I don't know where you live, I would go somewhere local. Local shops are paying basically spot price for it because the spot price is not the ask price, right? So you have spot, which is what you should theoretically be able to sell it close to or at. And you have ask price, which is a premium on top of it. Oh, I forgot you're in Johnson City. So all those gold buyers that advertise over there, there's like one at Boone's Creek. It's like set up in a little log cabin thing. All those gold buyers would play either spot or really close to spot.
Big house.
Because all they do is put an envelope, and the day is postmarked, they get paid whatever the spot was for it.
This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away. Burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack. Kill it anyway.
So they should be buying at basically spot, and they should be selling like an $8 to $20 premium on top of spot. Look out, 90 streams. Yeah, so I would not do a mail-in place, and it's just hard unless you have a shit ton of it. It's not really like worth like going to like JM Bullion and setting up some type of exchange. I would let the gold buyer handle the mail-in part because they've got guaranteed rates and shit, right? So I would go to one of those places that advertise we buy golds, and go in there knowing what spot is or have it pulled up on your phone. I've sold at those places at spot, and then I've had other places be like, oh, well, like silver, like we're 75 cents below spot or whatever. But oh, let's pause that. All right, I got to start Facebook. You guys chill for a minute. Facebook, I was thinking about saying fuck Facebook. They actually remonetized my account and actually listened to my concerns for once. I was like, I get copyright struck all the fucking time. It's bullshit copyright. I don't make much money here. It's like fucking, I make like a couple dollars a month. Like literally, I've never withdrawn it. And I think there's like a couple $100 in there, right? And I'm like, it's just not worth the hassle. And finally, I got a message back and they restored all my monetization stuff and fixed it. So I'm not as upset with them currently. If I can get this son of a bitch to go online. All right, it should be coming online. Give me just a second. Yeah, I try to keep some of my accounts where I don't draw the money out of them. And that way I can go draw them later. Like worst case scenario, I can withdraw my Rumble, $600-700, whatever's in there. Give me just a second. Let me share this. We'll look at like JM Bullion, what they're buying at, what they're asking at. Hold on. All right, let's do this.
Hey Dannies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindeland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. What's up? Happening? What's good? How's it going? Anyway, this is JM Bullion's website. So up here at the top, it says live spot prices, right? And this is their ask. So their gold ask, they're selling gold for $52, $39, $92. They're selling silver for $115, $48. But if you go over here to like sell to us, this is how you set up to sell. You get a quote right off the bat. You lock in a price as soon as you get your quote on whatever you got, blah, blah, blah. You mail it in. But they ought to be paying, let's see. When you go to sell silver at any place, they ought to be paying spot price, right? $114.94. They should be paying as close to that as, the Discord link's bad? Hold on, I get into one. They ought to be paying a spot price or very, very close to it. And when they sell, they have a premium on it. So like if I went to a pawn shop right now to buy rounds or whatever, they'd probably be 122 to 125, somewhere around there. If they look up the spot price, it's 114. There was actually a glitch a couple weeks back. I didn't know about it till it was over. But you guys know the U.S. Mint, right, sells, it's like an unlimited money glitch. U.S. Mint sells silver coins, right? And they just raised their prices. These prices were still set on silver being like $25 an ounce because it had stayed around that area for so long or less. These prices were like 60, 70 bucks like 2 weeks ago. 60 or 70 bucks for like Morgan silver dollars and American Eagle silver. All this stuff was like 60 bucks. So people were like blowing it up. And that's why everything was out of stock. They were just buying it, and then you could immediately sell it for double what you just fucking paid. The greatest deal I ever made was back before, when was the, Jesus, hold on. Yeah, I can't remember the dates on that. It doesn't fucking matter. Anyways, this is like an unlimited money glitch where you all could buy this shit over and over and over again and then sell it for basically double. And the Mint is not like JM Bullion where their prices just automatically adjust. They just had theirs set and thought, we'll be good for the next 10 goddamn years. Well, people figured it out pretty quick, put it on Reddit, and then everything was just sold out. As soon as it would come back online, people were getting alerts. They were buying fucking everything up. But they just adjusted their price. So now Morgan silver dollar is $173 when it was like $68 or some shit, which is insane. But whatever. It did. We haven't talked about silver since the last time I asked you guys what it was going to do, whether it was going to break 100 or not. It's at 114. One good thing to look at is the precious metals fear and greed index that JM Bullion kicks off. It's like as high as it can fucking go on greed. Like it is max the fuck out. So probably not a good time to be buying silver or gold, any precious metals, because the greed scale is maxed the fuck out. Like now greed, previous week greed, previous month greed. Extreme fears when you want to buy when, prices are low, obviously. Yeah, so the greed and fear index is maxed out to greed. It's a good time to sell, though. In fact, so I I don't want to tell you that the market's fixing to drop. The reason that gold prices continue to rise at all-time highs, silver prices as well, precious metals, one of the reasons, one of the contributing factors is that several people who make gold and silver and ship it to the United States have frozen shipments because there's such a demand for it in Europe and in Asia and the places they are, right? And a bunch of it is backed up. Not to mention all the mints that melt down the scrap and shit, they're all backed up. Trax was on a video the other day. He has like rough minted silver. So like you can still see, it's just enough to like make it malleable and make it stick together, but it's not a silver bar. Like you can still see rings and shit in it and designs on it. He's got all that. And I think they told him that it was going to be a year before he could get, I think it was like $400,000 worth of silver before he could get it to the refinery to make silver bars. Like or a silver shot, whatever they use to make jewelry, silver shot probably. But it's going to be like a year before he can ship it off. I think he just did a video on it. We'll go look. I think it was him. Trax NYC. Not his crash out, just a regular video. Here we go. $1 million in silver. I'm sorry.
It looks like right here. Okay, this is $1 million right here. The only problem is, so this is what $1 million worth of silver looks like right here. Okay, so this is $1 million right here. The only problem is it's unrefined, right? You can see all of the pieces of jewelry that were scrapped that made this bar. So it's a very crude bar. And the bigger problem is that refineries are backed up. There's too much metal to refine. There's too much going on. What does that mean? That means if you ever want to learn about metals and enter the refining business, it might be a great business over the next 5 years. Okay, that's my heads up for people who just want to work. And that's the name of the game. You might have a lot of silver jewelry you might want to scrap, but it might be backed up. And that's just the nature of it. So you got $1 million over here, but it's stuck in dirty silver. We need to refine it into grain. And that's your little update from traxnyc.com, where you can get a lot of great jewelry. So this
$1 million worth of rough refined silver, and he can't even get it refined. You know what I mean? To make more shit out of it. What do you think of silver dragons? Are you talking about? I don't know what you mean by silver dragons. There's a YouTuber I buy from sometime named Silver Dragons. Is that who you're talking about? Silver Dragons that makes like the hand poured silver, or I don't know what you're talking about. That Discord link should be good. That's my main link. The PQWFWBR. That's my unlimited, infinite link or whatever. That link's not working. It never expires. It's had like over 600 uses. Silver Dragons on YouTube. Yeah, I actually have a piece of. Hold on, I'll show it to you. When my dad was in the hospital and I used to sit with him at night, years ago, I still had my channel at that time, but it's been a few years ago. It was when my mom was alive. She would come home during the day and I would sit with my dad at night. I would watch his, he does silver auctions. And I was in his auction one night and bought this actually. Hold on. Let's see. Can I do this main camera? I bought this. It's like, all-seeing Illuminati eye. It's like hand poured. I know that's not a great image of it. It'll focus, but it's like it's a pyramid. It's like the all-seeing eye. It's all hand poured. It's got his logo and shit on the back. I think it's 1.6 ounces. This is actually, it's dated 2022. I bought this from him in 2022. Just because I thought it was funny. I was covering the Q-tards at the time, like, and they're all worried about all the hand signals and fucking Illuminati and shit. I was like, that's right up my alley. I paid, it's 1.6 ounces. I paid $68 for it or something, you know. I think at the time silver, well, what was silver in 2022? Well, look. Let me change the thing back to main show. Yeah, it was $22, $23 an hour. I think I paid $68 for it, but hell, now it's worth more than that now. It was just a cool hand poured thing. And I thought, that's something I can bid on. I think I won it at $68 and paid $5 for shipping. Says, what's that? Bring me up to 73. And I got to watch the stream all night while I was hanging out with my dad. So it worked out good. That Discord link should work. 467. I mean, I can create a new one, but edit, no limit, no expiration, no limit. Generate a new link. Copy the link. There you go. There's a new one if it helps anymore. Let me get back out of this. Sorry, I am. Discombobulated. The fucking Kristi Noem. I saw that Kristi Noem was basically, so insiders basically said that Trump went after Kristi Noem for saying that this guy was a domestic terrorist that showed up to commit mass casualty event, blah, 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 whatever, loaded magazine. And she has that little clip of the person saying, well, he was disarmed before they fucking shot him. She's now, according to insiders, she's blaming Stephen Himmler with that quote, saying, oh, that's what I was told by Stephen Miller. So it seems like maybe they're dogging on each other. Bovino shut down. He's getting kicked back to California, even though they want to make it seem like they're like, oh no, he's still an integral part of ICE. But then why is he not the commander at large anymore? Get fucked, dude. You know why he's not the commander at large. You know exactly why he's not the commander at large. I just don't understand the rhetoric they come for. Like, why do they come out like so fucking aggressive? Like, I don't know. It's just insane to me. It would be so much easier to run if this wasn't the point. It'd be so much easier to run everything. Like all the memes that's like Obama deported more people than you're going to, and we weren't fucking killing people on the street. You know what I mean? It just seems insane. All right, I got this video from. I like watching these pawn shops, these crackheads at the pawn shop. Actually, there was one the other day. This guy that came in with the PS5 and stole like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of gold that they had left setting out. But this one's just a crackhead.
Down this right here? Down the sheet says Adolf Hitler. I'm not kidding you one bit.
So he's so tweaked out, he's seeing shit that doesn't exist. He's got them meth magnifying eyes on. He's like, you see this? This sheaf says Adolf Hitler.
Down this right here? Down the sheet says Adolf Hitler. I'm not kidding you one bit.
I'm not kidding you one bit. I promise. This is Ryan Upchurch in 2 years. It's not even his item. It's this woman's item. He comes up and he's like, it says Adolf Hitler on it.
I promise it does, brother.
Yeah, it's just too bad a shape for me, man.
Why everything fucking froze up like that?
Okay, you tell me what this is?
What the fuck is going on? So he brings up a part of a lamp or a candlestick or something.
I have no idea.
That's what this side looks like that. This is on the bottom. Two lamp parts. This.
What do you think it is?
I'll tell you what it says it is. It says it's gold and silver.
Where does it say that?
He tells him it says it's gold and silver right on it.
If you got your little magnifying glass, you'll see they got it.
He says, get your little mango out, and you'll see it right here. No problem. Our Discord isn't super, but basically we just hang out in the general part. The rare times I do guests, we got places for that, and then there's a couple more categories, but it's mostly around Q-tards.
Tell you how much is what is in each. Tells you how much.
So this device scans it and tells you what metal it's made up out of.
Each is in what?
Nickel, copper, iron.
Nickel, copper, and iron.
Yeah.
That's what this bowl is.
So he's got a bowl too.
Yeah, copper and iron.
That's copper and iron. And this says it's 18 karat gold over sterling silver.
18 karat gold or sterling silver.
Is Zinc, copper.
That is a bathtub faucet. Like you pull the little thing up, right, to make the shower go on. You like pull that little handle, and that's a bathtub spout, like a downspout.
Mainly copper.
Mainly copper. All right.
All right, man.
All right, listen, I got one more thing out here.
All right, guys. The crackhead has one more item. You guess in chat what his last item is. The crackhead said, okay, he had a bowl. He had like a part of a candle. He had a bathtub downspout. Okay? And none of those were golds, even though he said they're gold or silver or gold or silver or gold or sterling silver. None of those. He's got one more item he's got to go get from the car. You guess in the chat what the final item is. I wish I don't have the Jeopardy music keyed up anymore, or I'd play it. Oh, I know why it's stuttering like that. I probably need a reboot. I'm obviously not going to do it in the middle of the show, but I probably need a reboot. I left my computer and shit on last night. All right, here we go.
I want you to check it out, because this is what I've been trying to tell you, that they hid the concrete. You can see it and touch and everything, right? Just one second. And this is going to make me break me.
It's gonna break.
This is going to make him or break him.
That's soft metal, and it ain't tarnished. So, this thing says gold and silver on it, too.
If you guessed a landscaping paver that he claims they hid gold in, you'd be right. That is an 18 by 18 inch patio paver made of concrete. He says you rub on that for just a minute or two, it'll shine like gold.
But and when you rub this right here, you can polish.
Oh, he's also got a rock.
Like just rub it with your fingers, and it'll start shining like gold. You see it in there? It's soft. It's real soft.
That's a concrete brick,
It actually might be a 12 by 18.
man.
It's a concrete brick, man.
It won't even shoot nothing. It's a rock.
And that.
That's another rock.
I did my research on these things, and I can actually see gold specks in this.
I don't know, man.
He did his own research, buddy. He did his own research.
It looks like a rock to me.
You
My boss that owns, so if you're new here, I'm a disabled veteran, and basically I just volunteered to work at this campground, and I do like the maintenance or whatever there, right? Anyways, my boss there, her and her husband, so her brother used to own it. He died of cancer. She agreed to run it until his son is 18. My boss there, her and her husband, ran a pawn shop in Nashville for like, I don't know, like 30 fucking years, dude. They've heard every bullshit line that exists. I like hearing her stories. They're pretty crazy.
won't scan it. Just so I know.
Even Bert goes into a pawn shop every once in a while to pawn everything he owns.
No.
None.
I actually love going to pawn shops to buy shit. I think I've only ever pawned one thing in my whole life. But I like going there to buy stuff.
All right, man.
My parents didn't really, we were poor growing up. My parents didn't use pawn shops. They used payday loans, cash advance loans where you say, oh, I make $500 a week. And they're like, well, we'll give you $300 today. You just got to pay us back $400 in 4 days or whatever, which is bad. And then my dad invented the Krispy Kreme scam. He would get a piece of paper and tell everybody, like when it was a slow week for him at work or whatever, he'd go in. They all drove dump trucks when I was young. My dad was an over-road trucker and then went to a dump truck driver. He'd get a piece of paper and tell him that the kids were having a fundraiser for softball or baseball, because we usually were. We were all playing sports and doing some type of fundraiser most of the time. He would just make up a fundraiser for the team and write down a piece of paper and sell Krispy Kreme dozens of donuts for, I don't know, $5. Then he'd have my mom go buy them all when they were like $3 a dozen and deliver them to his work. That's how he paid light bills and shit. The pawn shops used to be awesome. Every time I was on the road, I'd go on a pawn shop, blah, blah, blah. But the way the internet is now, they know like a lot of times you go in a pawn shop and pay more than you could buy it on fucking Facebook Marketplace. They look it up. They throw a fucking price on there. It's usually way too fucking high.
Stepping stone. The worst part is he probably don't believe you, man.
Damn. Anyways, this channel's pretty awesome. This is Pawnbroker Pickers Clips. I wanted to show you the one where he got robbed. I don't know that it was a recent. I mean, it was recent to me. There was a guy in there selling a chainsaw. The guy that robbed him was actually pretty slick. They didn't even notice that they had gotten robbed. It was actually when they found some gold was missing, they went back through the cameras. The guy was actually pretty slick. I don't think this is their real channel. I think this is someone copying their channel. Or maybe it's on their main channel on the shorts, maybe. No. Hold on. He's talking with a guy. Yeah, it's this channel. I wonder if it was just one of their. Oh, here it is. I caught this thief selling thousands worth of gold. This is a pretty good video.
See, watch him right here. He sticks his hand in there.
All right, this is on them 100%. This is. I mean, nobody should be stealing, but they've got in the business they're in. They can't have this tub full of fucking golds out on the goddamn counter with nobody around. You know what I mean?
He grabs the gold coins, looks, grabs the silver stuff, more gold, and then sticks it right in his pocket.
Like you gotta be smarter than that. Which they take. You know, they're like, yeah, it's our fault. We did it. You know, we shouldn't have left this out.
Everybody that's about y'all, they're interacting with everyone. Everybody's ordered them. All this stuff's was at this one and had a good time. We'll be on there January 17th. You know,
It's full of just to kind of.
All right, let's watch some of this.
I'm gonna have to give you a voiceover just because I'm gonna have to show some camera angles from security footage just to kind of give you a perspective of what happened. So see my dad coming in the morning. He gets there and I'm right behind him. I come in. So this box right here, it's full of the whatnot stuff that we did the whatnot show with. There's anything there, gold coins, gold bars, silver. There's probably $20-something thousand worth of stuff in that box.
Whatnot is an app where they do live auctions. It's pretty cool.
So I set the box right there, and then right here, I couldn't remember if I locked my truck. So you'll see me go back out here real quick. I'm checking to see if I locked my truck. My truck's parked on the corner over there. I come out here, make sure my truck's locked, and go back in. So when I go back in, this is kind of where it goes bad. I go back in. Well, this is the beginning of the end. Go back in, and this is a Thursday morning because I was off Wednesday. So I'm coming back in trying to get everything situated, get everything ready to go. Seeing what he did, then I go over here and check the camera because we got to make sure it's ready for, you know, YouTube videos, these videos I put out. And then this is when our first customer comes in, and we start to deal with him, and this is how it goes.
It's just the 4mm bracelet I had called about, and then the necklace.
So did you come from?
So this guy's legit. He's there to sell him shit. He's not trying to steal from him or whatever. He sells them a chainsaw, sells them all kinds of shit.
Point of order. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
You said how much you say is 31 grams?
I believe so. Yes, sir. Might be a little over.
All right.
And then this was my watch here. It's all fairly new. I mean, this is like a month old. This is a couple months old.
That's tiny.
Yeah, 18 inches.
Jeez.
And that's 7 inches. Yeah, small.
What do you want for it?
The other guy offered me 12. You said 13. If you can go high, I don't know what the
I mean, if it's 30, if it's got to be over 31.
Yeah.
31.3. Yeah. I mean, that's the max. I think I told you like almost 80%. Right?
Yeah, I don't know who I was talking to.
It was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys sound the same. Yeah, the watches. You would be interested.
Nah, man, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I don't know who I was talking to.
So 14 karat gold. If they pay him $1,300, that's 84%.
It was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys sound the same. Yeah, the watches. You would be interested.
Nah, man.
I'll wait.
For us, we don't really mess with them unless they're like Rolex,
Yeah, high dollars.
Omega, Breitling, stuff like that. They're just hard for just being here, man. They're just hard for us.
No, I understand. You don't have to explain it.
You have your
All right, so again, they've all but forgotten about this. See this tub just sitting over here? They've all but forgotten about this tub, and it's full of like those little pamp like 10th ounce and fucking bars, like gold bars and silver coin. It's full of shit.
Yes. I did have a couple more
Sealed silver
things. I don't know.
and gold.
Yeah, you can bring them in. I'll you can get out and start this that way.
One is-
I don't have to write it all up. What is it?
One is a MS-261 steel chainsaw. I use it like one time. And pressure washer I use a couple times. Ryobi pressure
Pressure washer, I don't mess with them. The chainsaw, you can bring it in if you want.
Sure.
All right, what's phone number? You didn't like the saw?
I love the saw. I paid $800 for it, but it, I'm usually trimming palms, so it's like never really. I bought it right before the hurricane, like the day before the last hurricane hit. Thinking, I was hoping I didn't want to get hurt, but I was hoping we were gonna have some, destruction of trees and everything, and it wasn't like I thought.
All right, so the guy's going to come in once the chainsaw's in, I think.
Grab it, yeah, we can,
Thank you.
All All right, so again, they've had ample time to put this tub away. Nobody's put it away.
It has I upgraded the clutch cover. This is like a
What number is it? What size is it?
MS261.
MS, what do you want for it?
I know I'm not gonna get nowhere near what I paid for it.
I have to resell it.
No, I know.
And it's used now, so I mean, people just consider that, like, even though it's really nice,
Oh, yeah,
it is used.
no, I understand. I mean,
we probably aren't going to be able to get it because it's just, I mean, it's probably worth more to you than what we can
no,
pay.
I understand.
It's $800 saw, brand new, somewhere around there.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I was thinking, I mean, if I can get like 250 for it, I know.
You don't have to probably too much. I don't really know.
You probably get like 400 on a resale. You know, maybe 400. I mean, I'd list it for like 500 and see what someone offers you.
Yeah, I'll do 250 on it if you want 250 for it.
That'd be fine.
You're at 1550 total.
And then I know you did the eBay.
I'm always suspicious. Like, this guy could be hard up for money, but if he just bought it, he's only used it once, he paid $800 for it, and he's willing to take $250, like, maybe he's just super, like, hard up for money, but I don't know. The first thing that come to my mind is that bitch is stolen, dude. Because if I paid $800 for something, I wouldn't fucking take $250 for it. Right? I'd list it on Facebook Marketplace and wait it out at fucking $600 or some shit. You know, put $700 on it and let somebody negotiate.
Resale, I don't know if this is something good for you. I never use it. This is a slings for trees.
It looks like he literally robbed a landscaping guy. So these are slings that you actually use in trimming trees and shit to lower shit down.
Like, you know, that's for like that thing was
And they're not cheap.
like
A couple $100 a piece, probably.
This thing was like this thing was like 200.
We can look at them.
Of course. If I could get.
All right, so my man with the PS5 here, right? He starts to set it down, then he's like, I'll set it on the counter.
Like 200 or
This is going to be our thief.
5 for the both of them.
Well, let's look really real quick and we'll,
Yeah.
So as you can see from the still shot, my box is still sitting on the counter.
And you can notice he puts the PS5 on this side of it until he sees the box. Then he moves it on the other side of it.
And you can probably make a pretty good assumption of this is where it starts to go off the rails.
And then this is the quarter wrap that goes with it.
Chad, give me one second.
This is
and I'll get to you.
this is like a bite.
Another important part of the video that I explain later, and I know both of them are talking right here, so when a bunch of people get to talking in the shop, it gets kind of a little confusing to hear. But the guy with the PS5, he walks in and now he starts to tell me how he's watched me on YouTube, because the last time he came in, I pawned this PS5 a couple times for him, and I had the camera up and he was asking about it, and I said I use it for YouTube, so I started telling him how the YouTube channel last time he was here, and now in this video he's telling me he watches it.
For the link, so you wrap this around the base of the tree, and then you put your rigging hook through it, and then your slings over the top, and you tie your branch off, and you want to cut it as a kind of round lobster like this. That's called a large part of
What do you want for like all this together? What would you?
I wrote it down. I'm selling it. I'm not going to that was about 300 new. If I could get 100 for that, I'd be happy. Oh, okay.
Appreciate it.
Even this guy doesn't want his shit up there near him.
What made you start YouTube page? Oh, you started?
Man, I think I really started it because you see me go to yard sales and stuff. I really started it for that. So I really started doing it because of that. And then we had the shop, so I figured I'd put a couple videos in there of the shop. And
It's interesting.
people just started to like it, so I just kept rolling with it.
I see how smooth you're doing it now, because I seen from back in the day when you first started.
Yeah.
So now it's like you sit here, you do interviews, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's definitely been a learning curve on, like, it's like anything, like when you start, it's like I watch some.
But if this guy really watched the channel, he would know that there's a security camera right fucking there, dude. And this motherfucker's pawned here before. They've got all his information. If he pawns there now, he's got to give him an ID and everything.
Some old videos, I'm like,
How you know how to edit and do all that and cut
man,
it?
I just self-taught myself everything, really. If I didn't know something, I just go on YouTube, type it in, watch people how to do it, and then figure it out. But that was the hard part, because in the beginning, it would take me a long time to edit a video, so. Do you know how long this line is?
Yes, that is a 15-foot.
15.
It's called a whoopee sling. Together, they're like, I think 280 or something, somewhere around there.
Yeah, they're like 230 on here.
Look at that. Look at that wandering hand. Uh-oh.
There's only two used ones on it. One sold for 80, one sold for.
Lisa, the woman I keep talking about that owns the campground, they always had like a junk silver or non-resale or something. They had like a bucket they would keep and like throw shit into it, keep it in the safe. Well, when the storm hit, she went and cashed a lot of that in, and silver and gold prices were pretty decent. They weren't like they are now, but I'm sure she doesn't regret it. It kept everything going for a while.
100, but it didn't have a line.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this.
No, I understand. Yeah, I trust your.
And then the new ones, they did, because this is what people are asking for.
Yeah, no, it was like 280, but it was 260. I forget exactly.
So if you couldn't see it good from
Watch, here we go.
I had the camera up recording for YouTube, and then couldn't really see it because that guy was in the way, but from the surveillance right there, he pulls out a 2.5 gram pamp.
2.5 grams, dude.
Gold bar, and then he pulls out, this is a 1 gram Perth mint. He pulls out and sits right there.
It's $500 he's holding right there, probably close to it. 450.
See what he does with it.
400.
Everything I do, they have 230, 250.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's with free shipping on them too. Which the shipping on this is going to be like $20
For the week.
So I mean, it's going to be hard to get 100 because I think it's going to go for like 150, 140 being used with the rope on it.
Yeah.
He just keeps going back, baby. Nobody's fucking paying attention to him. They're paying attention to that saw. They forgot this box is out. It's just fucking sitting there.
Yeah, break even, something like that, 130.
Yeah.
Break even on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you want for it. I might not be able to buy it.
No, yeah. I mean, if you figure out what you can do on like the setup.
But what do you think? Real quick. Sorry, man.
So this guy decides to go out and start it.
No, it's not pretty together. What would you?
I mean, if you do all three for 300 or come close to that, I mean, I don't know what the.
Oh, these cost as much as that?
No, this one is about right around 200, and this one is right around 200.
Is that rope? That rope adds that much value to it?
Yeah, the rope itself is 130. But
So just editing this video sitting here is hard to watch. So I know there's some of you that's probably like, these idiots left that box just sitting there. And this is when I go out there, crank up the chainsaw to make sure it runs, and just completely not even thinking that box was there. And he
Look at him.
this time.
Going again.
Some stuff. And this right here is all the stuff he ended
Do
up.
it again.
And it's not my dad's fault at all because my dad had no idea that box was sitting there. It was my fault 100%.
if you buy it
So
together,
the rope costs almost as much as the
the quarter wrap itself.
So the position he's in right now, he stole a bunch of shit. He could take his PS5 and leave, but that looks suspicious as hell. But if he stands there and pawns his PS5, they're going to ask him for a copy of his ID. And he has to know that he knows there's cameras in there. Everybody knows there's fucking cameras in a pawn shop. So you're going to give him your fucking ID. I guess the only thing that he could be thinking is they don't know what's in this box. They have no idea what's in this box, maybe. So if I steal it, they'll never know it's missing unless they catch me right now. But even then, I'd be afraid there's a guy in the back room, right, that just watches the cameras all the time.
Is like 250, and then the rope is another like 130.
Oh, that's like
No, it's up for climbing trees.
Oh,
Bringing stuff down.
you cut them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go on my own, like try to go big, but I just wasn't getting the job.
Oh, you know, if it ain't like storming or nothing.
Yeah, I get a lot of return, like palm tree trimming. Yeah, my nearest store is like 22 miles. Damn. Yeah, and it's a Dixie.
I'm finished this one so I can get to that.
Go ahead, take your time. I'm not in a rush.
Okay. I don't know if the game good. If I would have been a game for them, more.
I mean, I saw that video where the guy came in and stole the rings.
Oh, yeah.
Scumbag.
So this guy comes over here and says, I saw the video where the guy stole the rings. And this guy's like, what? That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, he was swift. I think your dad was like right there.
I wasn't here. I was off that day, and he pawned something, and I went to go get it. And when he went to go get it, he reached back there and grabbed. That's how that had something off. Yeah.
He's like, how'd he do that? How'd he steal them rings?
I seen that the one where he brought it back. You know, you handled
I
that.
don't know. This isn't my normal content, but this is the type of shit that I watch when I'm scrolling through YouTube.
You handled that so professionally.
Thank you, bud. And then there you go.
Thank you.
And he's out.
Yes, I watched the video, man. I get hooked in there.
Now the box gets put away.
Especially the funny one, with the crazy people.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 50.
And that's the saw in the.
That's all in the jewelry.
Yes,
And without the watch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you bought the necklace, the bracelet, and the saw.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the video's not done yet, but
Necklace, bracelet, and saw.
we kind of have to rewind, and I got to put a lot of these things in context to let y'all follow along what's going on.
I would have to be so hard up to pay $800 for something, use it once, and sell it for $250, dude.
Get an understanding of how things happen, and we got to this point. Before I do that, I've been doing YouTube long enough to know that people
Like my kids ain't eating or something. That's, I don't know. Maybe that's his backstory.
We got here. So the box of stuff
But I'd be so suspicious.
me carry in was full of coins. It was full of mostly all the stuff we did during the Whatnot show, silver, gold, everything that was in there. So I took it home to work that night on Whatnot to upload it on a spread Excel sheet. So I didn't get it finished, so I brought it back to the shop. So when I brought it back to the shop, that's when you see me come in, sit it on the counter. Crazy thing was the guy that come in here, the guy that was in here with the guy that stole it, he probably kind of saved what we had going on, and you'll see a little bit later by what he said. And the crazy thing is that guy was saying he watched the channel. I pawned that PS5 for him 4 or 5 times. He's, I knew him when he come in here, who he was. He's kind of a customer that's been in here a lot, and he was saying he watched the channel, which was a crazy thing. Anyways, so I brought it back in here, set it down. After they all left, I got back to work on, loaded up on the spread Excel sheet. So when I got to that stuff you seen that he took, it was unique stuff, and that was some of the only stuff that I had in there. I knew instantly it was gone. So when I got everything uploaded, I was telling my dad, I'm missing these pieces. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I left them at home. Maybe when I get home tonight, they'll be sitting on my desk or something like that. So when I went home, I still couldn't find them. I'm asking my wife, did you throw stuff away? I'm asking the kids, did they move anything on my desk? I just couldn't find them. So after looking for about an hour at the house, something told me just look at the cameras and watch. When I came in, maybe I'd set some stuff out of the box somewhere. I just really was bothering me where these pieces were.
So honestly, they didn't have any idea he stole it until they hit the fucking cameras.
And then right when I showed you on the camera, when I seen the guy put the PS5 right beside it, I knew instantly what happened. So when I figured out what happened, it was about 9:30 at night. So I told my wife I'm going back to the shop. She was telling me, no, don't go, da, da, da. So I thought I was going back to the shop. The guy pawned the stuff. I had his phone number, his address, I had everything of what it was. I was going back to the shop, and I was going to try to get my stuff back, and I'll have to give you a voiceover for the rest of it.
All right, so this next, bit right here is going to be mostly voiceover, only because, I was so angry when I pulled up here, when I really found out what happened. I didn't take time to put no camera up or recording him or nothing like that, which you can't do that in Florida anyways. But so I pulled back up here. It's about 9:30 at night, and I'm telling you, I was so angry when I realized what I'd done. I was angry at myself. I was angry at him. The other thing is that's half my dad's stuff. Me and my dad are partners, so I feel like I doing something so stupid I lost half of his stuff. So I just really focused on getting it back. I didn't think he was going to have it, but I was going to, give my best shot and see what it was. So right here, you see me going back in this room. I didn't know the guy's name. So everything we pawn or we buy, we put a sticker on it. It's got the person's name. It's got the ticket number. It's got the date it comes out, all that. So I went and got his name to look him up on the computer to get his phone number and give him a call. So when I got his phone number, I grabbed my other cell phone and then I give him a call. So right here you can see I'm talking to him. I called him. I basically told him, look, I got you on camera. I got you stealing my stuff. I want every single piece of it, and I want it tonight. I told him, if you're not here in 15 minutes, I'm calling the police. I got you on camera. I got everything I need, and you're going to jail.
I'm sure it was that polite. Look at him. He's fucking...
Basically, super, super angry. I mean, just really mad at myself right here. And I just really wanted to get this stuff back because I just did something so dang stupid. So this right here is the last part of the video. If you see in the top, you see that car with the lights on, like top right there, that's him. And anyways, I cut it. He's at the door right now. You can see his slides. I don't know why this camera did.
He was scared as fuck, dude. I bet you he thought it was like a setup. Like he shows up, the fucking cops come out of nowhere. Fucking Chris Hansen's there with some goddamn lemonade or whatever.
I don't know if when I opened up the door, somehow it fogged it up or sometimes, but this front camera looks like this sometimes at nighttime. But anyways, he comes, he tells me he's got the stuff in my shop. The windows are tinted, so I can't really see out at nighttime when the lights are on the inside. So I tell him, drop the stuff at the door and just back away from the door because I couldn't see out. I didn't know if he didn't want me to call the cops. I didn't know what he had planned, but I did want my stuff back. So you see me open the door right here, and I was just surprised he showed up. Usually people like that, they steal it, they need money, they're gonna go sell it. And I
sell it instantly, right? Usually when they steal, they want to get rid of it so fucking quick, dude. It's like they go somewhere immediately and sell it.
You know it.
I mean, it kept him out of jail not selling it, I guess.
But I reach down right here, make sure everything's there. And right here, you can see my dad pull up. This is another thing, too. Just doing all this, it's 9:30 at night, getting my dad. I told him I was coming up here. Even though I told him just stay home, he wasn't going to. And the guy said, well, can I come get my PS5? I told him he needs to call me before he comes and he needs to come tomorrow. So a couple other choice words are said. I'll leave those to your imagination. But as you can see, my dad right here, he just jumped up. He don't even have shoes on. And he ends up coming up here.
All right, so now the video
Dad showing up barefoot.
As you just watched, you've seen, I did get my
Boomer core.
Tell you a little bit of my thoughts of, what I'm thinking when I got it back, and then after getting it back, what I'm thinking. So like I said, that was Thursday night. We did the What Not Show Friday. The timestamp in the camera, they do say Friday, but if I hit playback on my camera, it goes back to Friday. So it says Friday, but it's really Thursday, so I can date back. But that was Thursday night. We did the What Not Show Friday. So I didn't put that stuff in the show just because I was going back and forth on whether I was going to make this video or not. So my thoughts after getting it back. That night was kind of like I was crazy busy all the way Wednesday, Thursday, Friday leading up to the show, so it kind of all bled into one thing.
Oh shit, there's a bunch of people that joined Discord. Thank you guys for joining Discord. I appreciate it. So I was always on Telegram. Well, I was on Discord, and we had a decent community when I was a Trump supporter. To get closer to the Q-tards, I went to Telegram. Now I fucking hate Telegram. It's nothing but Q-tards. I fucking hate it. I don't want to be on there anymore. I'm trying to move back to Discord.
I didn't call the cops on them because I got my stuff back, but then when I got home, I got to thinking, earlier in the video, I said that guy said something that might have saved us. So the guy was saying he watched the videos. So that night when I got home, I was taking a shower, I was thinking about everything, and it came across my mind that maybe he watched the videos and he seen the one guy take the rings and then took the stuff, held on to it, and even that guy saying, hey, that guy took the rings and you let him off, I got your stuff back. And I got to thinking, maybe he thought about that, because when I came up here and called him, I thought for sure that stuff he probably sold it or something like that. But once I got it back and he did come, it just got me thinking about like all the scenarios and all the things that happened. So I've done this twice. The next person, I'm definitely gonna make an example out of them, just because. When I got back and thought about it, I was thinking, man, maybe he watches the videos, maybe they took something just to see if I was going to notice, and then if I didn't notice, they would go ahead and sell it. If I didn't notice, they would just bring it back and nothing would happen. So that's the thing about putting these videos out too. But the next person that tries to steal from me, I promise you I will make an example out of them and go to the fullest extent. So backpedaling a little bit, coming in, sitting that stuff on the counter, just a stupid, huge mistake I made.
I got a lecture about how he has to make a profit. I told him it was a bad offer. He told me to take my books and get out and to never come back. Yeah, so I'm all for, like, I know the next guy, he has electricity and rent and blah, 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 and this all goes into, like, a portion of that. Maybe it's 1/1000th, belongs on this item you're selling him, or 1/1,000,000th, because he has a million items in there or whatever, and it takes up space, and they have to store it, and they have to do this, blah, 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 whatever. But to come in and fucking take somebody's thing that that it's worth and give them, like, dog shit prices is fucking insane. Especially, like, even people in a bond. But I understand that's how they make their money, too, right? The fucking Pawn Stars, they notoriously just fucking rip off people in a tight spot, and the hell, they got a TV show out of it.
I mean, I'm ready for it in the comments. Nobody's more hard on themselves about that situation than me, so whatever you got to say.
That's why I hate my family struggle. My parents, so I don't want to blame my parents, right? I'm my own person, but, like, my parents never owned a home. And live paycheck to paycheck and paycheck advances and these like Covington Credit and World Finance and blah, blah, blah. All these little loans they would get and this stupid fucking like 2,000% APR interest, like just insane. And they're there to prey on poor people, right? You're not going to see the fucking wealthy person, right, go to a fucking a 2-week loan place. You know what I mean? It's pretty fucked up. In fact, it's so fucked up, our government even thinks it's fucked up. If you're in the military, you're not allowed to get those loans. In fact, if they give you one of those predatory loans, they lose their fucking money because there's an interest rate cap when you're in the military and you go to one of those places.
Go ahead and blast it. I know it was just a stupid thing to do. You know, I came in here, I set it down, I went to walk around and thought to myself, I locked my truck, so I went to make sure my truck was locked and just completely forgot it sitting there on the counter. So, like I said, let my mistake be a lesson to everybody else, anybody that owns any kind of shops, even if it's not a pawn shop, just whatever. You know, I'm the type of person we try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't really come into my day thinking, oh, okay, put this here and let's not. And maybe I should be more like that, but, you know, I just don't come into my day thinking something's going to get stolen from me, which, you know, maybe I should. So in the end, I did have a little bit of fault in this. It was just like
I mean, if I had thousands of dollars worth of gold and silver, you're damn straight it's going behind the counter at minimum. Like, if I left it out in the box, it's at least on the floor behind the counter.
Stupid thing I did was just sitting there and forgetting about it. You know, it's not really your fault you get something stolen from you, but you can't protect yourself a little bit right there, and I didn't. I mean, that box probably had $25,000 worth of stuff in it, and I just set it right there like an idiot. So with that being said, we're trying to get to 100K. We're at like 82 and some change or something like that. I have a huge thing for y'all at 100,000. So hoping it'll be here soon that way I can really announce it. So if you're not subscribed and you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because at 100K, we're going to celebrate. We're going to do it with y'all. And Joshua, you watch the videos. I hope you like this one.
Joshua, you watch the videos. I hope you like this. I guess that was the guy's name. I don't know. Pretty cool. It's a year old, but it just got suggested to me. They're the crackhead videos are what I find funny. On the Clips channel. Let's go back, actually.
See you watching right here. Here, sticks.
Clips Shorts. They got some funny guys that come in there. With fucking pavers and shit. Let's see what else they got on the channel. What's recent?
Yard sales around, so I guess it's just pretty popular to
yard sales.
Going.
Yeah. Found it the other day, and I've watched, I don't know how many, a bunch of them. Good. On your show, I noticed that you're able to tell people what particular kind of gold something is.
Okay.
Is there a way that, what carat it is?
Yeah, I can tell you.
Well, I don't want to pawn this because it's a family heirloom, but I'd be just curious if you could tell what it is.
I can look at it.
Okay.
How long have you had it? How long family heirloom?
1895.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of shops, you tell them you're not interested in selling it, pawn it, whatever, they won't even do this. Or they'll do this only to try to talk you into selling.
Yep. That was my great-grandfather's
1895 pocket watch. Guarantee it's worth some money.
I know it's not really gold, it just looks that way now.
Yeah, it's coming up like a little over 9 carat, but can you open it up?
Oh, yeah, just pop it open. Yeah.
The backside.
Yeah, the backside.
Yeah, the backside will open too.
Oh, that's cool as shit, dude.
I know there's
I used to work on the railroad, and this guy, one of the guys was like one of those fucking train nuts and knows like everything about railroads and trains or whatever. But he could trace his lineage all the way back to like the fucking before, like the first railroads ever. Like his great-great-great-grandpa was like one of the first conductors on the first railroad and had one of the pocket watches from one of those old-ass railroads.
a bunch of controversy back
He carried around.
with those Elgin watches, whatever, back in the day, and yeah, you can actually open that part too. And actually, apparently, the people that were telling people stuff was gold and it wasn't, so they came back with guarantees, and I think that particular one had a 20-year guarantee that it was really gold.
Well, unfortunately, they're not.
Really?
That's the opposite of what you're saying.
So unfortunately, they're not gold.
Really?
It's just guaranteed not to turn for 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's why when you scan it, it's not coming up.
Okay.
Like when we shoot it, it's coming up like 9 carat.
Gotcha.
But it's just plated.
Okay,
It's
well,
not
that's fine.
gold,
I didn't expect it to be anything special. I was just more curious to know that.
Even the plated ones can be worth some money. They're not. It's not like
but
worthless or anything.
that's what I'm
no,
saying. It's an Elgin watch, so I mean, they're highly collectible for Elgin.
I've looked it up through Elgin's site. That's how I figured it was in 1895. And it just depends. They go anywhere from a few $100s up. And they did have some real gold ones that were like $3,800. Okay. Well, no big deal. Just nothing ventured, nothing gained, whatever. So cool. Well, keep up the show.
It's cool to have something like that
Oh,
passed
it
down
is.
from the 1800s
Yeah.
like that. I mean, that's
Sure is.
I think that you're great.
you still
I like when they're trying to sell fake shit. Nice vintage gold bracelet.
looks 10ish.
Hey, the speaker is one thing that I think better.
40 grams.
Yeah.
How much was it?
40.2.
If y'all got some gold chains, seriously, if y'all got gold chains or gold rings and gold shit you don't wear right now, sell it. You'll probably get more right now for scrap on the gold price than you're going to get for it being jewelry. If it's, you know, if it's not in style because jewelry changes and shapes and fucking settings and whatever, facets, sell it. Like, fucking sell it right now.
10 karat, 40.2. This I do 1150 on it. This is 85.
It's only 85. So you guys don't.
Nothing with the diamonds, eh?
It's just the diamond's so small. It's unless diamonds get to be like half carat, you know, like one diamond that size.
Right.
I mean, that's just there's not a lot of value to it.
So this is only about a quarter carat.
It's probably smaller, even smaller than that. Yeah, because it's made to like it's cut to look bigger inside the setting, but it's probably not even a quarter.
Okay.
But I mean, that's just. I mean, if you went and bought us at K Jewelers, it's probably very expensive. But what we can get for it to what it is, that's just. Okay. And diamonds, so like how you can weigh this, and it's like there's this much gold in it. It weighs this much. Diamonds at the end of the day are kind of what somebody will pay. And the
Oh, there's a guy. I don't know if any of you guys would be interested in this, but there is a guy on TikTok where he's talking about, you know, it's hard to grade a diamond and know what it's worth and blah, 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 whatever. There's a guy on TikTok that does that. I love his channel. I don't know how to search it, though. He's got this guy. You always see up his nose. Check this guy out. He's pretty cool.
Dude? What up, man? I want you to take a look at it, see if you want to buy it from me.
All right.
I think you can be impressed.
I'd love to buy it. Oh, wow. All right, cool.
Damn.
Nice. Love it. All right, let's see what we got here. Can I take it out of the mounting?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
There you go, hey, Barry.
How you been?
Good. Busy.
Nice. That's good. Yeah. Here.
This is all he does, right? Is he grades, he checks for luminescence, he grades the color in a white piece of paper, he puts it under a microscope, looks for inclusions, he does everything.
Consistent over here. Let's see what color this is.
I personally think diamonds are a racket, but this is just interesting to me. Anybody that's really good at their job, I don't know. I get interested in.
What color did you grade this? I'm saying it's an F color.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, man, it's colorless. God, what a beautiful stone. No nitrogen, no tint. It's beautiful. It's glacial white. Yeah, F color. Let's see the purity now.
There's also a lot of stones now are cut almost like rectangle overall shape, not the facets, but the overall shape. And there's like some ratios will be like fucking 4 times more expensive, like a you know how your aspect ratio is on your computer monitor or whatever? Some ratios will be like 4 times more expensive than other ratios because they're currently in style. No. I think he does his own thing. I know GIA is. So basically, if you're going to buy a diamond, I would stay away from like K Jewelers and like those jewelry stores that advertise, and I would just get a GIA certified diamond. I've seen too many stories of like these other places fucking lying to people.
Black carbon, minute feathers.
GIA will not only certify a diamond, but it's laser etched or microscopically etched on the side of it. It'll have a serial number, the grading, all kinds of shit to where you always get paperwork with it. It's always that diamond. Good to go.
2 pinpoints. Yeah, VS2. Let's see one other thing. Yeah, nice tight table. Ideal cut proportions. I would say 57 table. Nice, man. Where'd you get this?
A guy known as.
Hey, I'm sure your husband would rather you survive than hold on to something like that.
See how much it weighs. 3.5 carat.
Yes. I think diamonds are a racket as well, right? And you're supposed to use 6 months' salary, all this crazy shit, like, or she won't love you as much. Get fucked.
9.8 millimeter. Yeah, 9.8 millimeter. So, what do you want for it?
Oh, I was thinking 65,000.
Let me see here.
So he basically checks the market, compares it to
stock
comparable.
First of all, no, I don't have a stone like this. I would love to have it. You said 65K.
65K.
Dude, I can't pay that much for it. I'm a dealer, so I got to resell it. I would say.
You can resell it for 70.
No, I can't. It's not worth it. 60,000 even.
You go 62?
I can't. I'll be honest with you. I got to sell for 63. I got to make some money.
Okay. All right, I can do 60K.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Done. What's up, dude?
That's an expensive fucking stone. I'm not sure. I haven't seen much of his diamond stud.
All right. What else going on?
I like this channel. It's called Milestones Fine Jewelry, which I'm sure is the name of his shop or whatever.
Up and up. Yeah, that's good.
I made this in lab grown. Customer came to the store. He wants to know if I can make the same one in natural.
That's a weird place to store your crystal meth.
How much it costs?
Oh, okay.
Damn.
So, let's see. 1, 2,
It's like a fucking grill, bro.
5-stone ring. I like it. Oh, the coverage is really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And it feels good. Oh, okay. You did the you did the U shape. Did I make this for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember making this ring. Okay. You want the same thing in natural, right?
Diamond, yeah.
Let me see here. 6 millimeter or 5.95, but 6 by. Just try to get a perfect reading. 6 by 4. Okay, so 6 by 4 ovals. That means each one is a third of a carat.
That's full of a ring.
It's going to be 6.4. I mean.
So here's what I don't understand is like, unless you're like running in some fucking crazy high class society, has anybody ever been chased down by someone or one of their friends been like, it's a fake diamond? You know what I mean? Like most people, I don't know. Unless I was like hanging out at fucking, I don't know, fucking jewelry designer's house or some shit. Why not buy the fake diamond? I don't understand it.
I'm sorry, 6 by 4. Let's see here. The quality, GVS is okay?
GVS is good.
All right, so GVS, each diamond is going to be...
How much? And he needs 5 of them?
We need 5 of them. Okay, they're trading at $540 a diamond. You need 5 of them, $2,700 a diamond, and the mounting will cost today with gold at $5,100. It's going to be like, gosh, a mounting like this. How much do you think the mounting's going to be? Probably like $900. And then setting for 5 diamonds will be $150, $3,750 to make the same ring in natural. All right.
Happy.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, fine. Everything's good.
So
I'm gonna see him grade another one, then we'll go.
Carat L color SI1. So just to give you some reference on how it is on the chart, L is faint yellow.
People always take these weird screenshots of his face cam, and they fucking put them in the comments. It's funny.
One is slightly included. Ovals don't have cut grades, and this is a 3.5 carat. Although the polish and symmetry on this is excellent. So the cut grade, I know there's no such thing.
Mariah's diamond ring now is real, but at one point she had a fake diamond.
But it's
I mean, she knew, like, hey, it's not a real diamond. It's zirconian or whatever the fuck the fake diamonds are. But
grade. Let's take a look at it.
I just don't understand who gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, none of her friends or family was ever like, that's fake. Your husband doesn't love you. You're going to hell or some shit. Like, I just don't understand.
Right here. Well, the scale is slightly off, 350.
The only reason she has a real diamond now, she would still have the fake one. It's not like I went out and said, I love you more now and bought her a real one. It was, she lost her ring, and the campground owner was going through rings one day, and she found a set that she really loved, so I bought it off the campground owner to replace her lost ring that she had lost like a fucking year ago.
Check the fluorescence on the L color. Yeah, it's faint. To be honest with you, it looks a little medium, but GIA graded it faint. So just remember that fluorescence is an indicator.
I tell Mariah all the time. I've told her about rings before too, but like she's like fixing all her makeup and getting ready and being like, oh, this isn't right and this looks bad. I'm like, if some son of a bitch comes up and starts an impromptu beauty contest and tells you that you don't qualify, I'll beat the fuck out of them. Like, what the fuck is going to happen, right? Like, who the fuck are you trying to impress?
It is a natural diamond, so that's good.
Somebody on the street comes up and starts grading your fucking diamond in your ring. I'll beat the shit out of them. You just wait.
Few crystals, they're super minute. This is a borderline VS2. It's an SI1++. That's how I would grade it. Way back in the day when I was at GIA, yeah, SI1++. This is eye clean through and through. I'm gonna
Bert be trifling
later, but just want to confirm it's the real diamond. 8.48, 8.5. Yep, that's right. Let's see this. The length is 12.5.
Trifling hose. That's right.
12.55. Again, 12.55 by 8.45. Ratio is 1.47. I love it. It's gorgeous. The faint blue helps it a lot. Let's look at it in the daylight. I think it's awesome. I'll show you the trade screen in a following video. I want to show you what a faint yellow, eye clean, 3.5 carat looks like. And here it is in my hand. So I got a 3.5 carat.
He's pretty good. I half the shit I don't know what he's saying, but he seems like an expert, I guess, in the field. A lot of people come to him with diamonds and shit. And you guys, what's that other guy's name that does the watch negotiations? He's a pretty good watch. He seems kind of cocky and arrogant, but I think that's just like being a New Yorker. He's fun to watch. He goes out and buys watches and flips them or whatever. This guy. Vakum.
How much is that 5712? 5712G.
This one, 70,000. What do you think?
You know what year it is?
I mean, who wears a $70,000 watch?
1 second, let me ask my boss.
2013.
Especially since cell phones came along. Like,
how you folks doing? You guys looking for anything?
are you guys, is there somebody in chat that's like into that? That's like got super expensive jewelry or stuff you only wear like once a year? Or I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not saying it's bad or it's wrong. Maybe you guys have a reason for it, but I don't get it.
You a trade? Sure, what are you gonna do? Factory double quick. It's 9 million serial. Comes with anything? No. Naked. Yeah. 18.5. 18.5. So we're gonna have to figure it out. You said how much was it? 65?
70,000.
He's already negotiating. You said how much? 65?
Let's put this on here because we wouldn't want to scratch the watches. 51.5. I think I will be happy if 70,000. Here's what I'm at.
I watched this guy, I watched Moses, and I watched Trax. And that guy we just watched, the Diamond Grader guy.
I had 46.5. 46.5. That's what I'll be comfortable adding. I think I'll be at like 51K if they're traded. This is a full set watch. Don't forget that. And what year you say it was? 2013. It's got the extra strap. It's got the 2013. It might as well be naked at that point. No, not for Patek's. They're valuable papers and box and everything better. Want to make something happen or no? 46.5. I add. And we sent 48.5. That's it. That'll be the best. 47. Maybe you can make it. 47. 47.
He's in New York, around the Diamond District.
Chekaruski. I know you got money. You got more money than everybody. All right, brother. Put me a check right now. Yeah.
So Trax got started by buying jewelry and flipping it on fucking eBay.
Wait.
I like this guy's channel. He's pretty popular too. 2.4 million followers. Luxury watch dealer. I wonder what his pinned videos are. Oh, he doesn't have pinned videos. $25,000. But he started with like $5,000 or $3,000, like cheaper watches that you might give somebody for like graduation or a memorable moment or some shit.
I'm gonna buy 2 watches from you. One just for fun that I'll own, and then I'll buy another one. And if we lose gambling, I want to buy a watch that like would be like a nice flip. But if we win, I'm just gonna give it to one of my subs.
Where's that blacked out date just? I have something just that I thought of. I bought it at a ridiculous price. There's definitely room on the table to make money.
All right, word. So how much does this watch cost?
See if we can sell this thing too. Well, I've had to pee so bad. Every time I have to pee, it always helps. How are you? What's going on? Nothing. I have something for you. Naked, U serial, 1997, decent shape, 8,500. 85. You want to do less? Do you have work to do less? No. Do you want to do more? I'd love to do more. All right. Would it be easier that way? It would be easier. When you get to the 7, give you the best deal? We'd be interested at probably 75. You up? What's your best? Can I start with an 8? Start with an 8? Yeah. It's got to be an 8 and a number. Not an 8 and a 0. Want to pay an 8 to it? 7,000 right now. Cash. I offered more, you see? Oh, what's going on? Yeah, I thought it was all love, one love. Lots of love. Thank you. Give me 85. All jokes aside, I do have to start with a 7.
I think some people just enjoy the negotiation part of it, maybe.
I get these all the time for 7.
This is why I was never a salesman. I couldn't be a salesman. No fucking way.
That's criminal. Selling the store for more. I know. But for the purpose of my video right now, I'm not selling the store. 75 for the purpose of the video. Oh my god. Your boy just offered that.
Where do you need to be rock bottom?
Rock bottom, I'll do 83. 83? Yes.
At least do 8 even.
Rock bottom, 83. Rock.
Can't do less than that?
83.
There he is.
Oh boy. Hey.
There you go.
Thank you.
David. Thank you, David. Great performance. No, but seriously, if you do 8,000 even, I'll take it right now.
I will not.
Don't do this to me for $300.
I will. You know I will.
I'll literally take you out to dinner right now. Spend the $300 on you.
Not dinner time. If it was dinner time, I'd say it's time.
Let's go. Let's go have some caviar.
8,300 was my bad. I was not lying when I said it.
Since when did you become such a hard ass, huh? Not even 81, 82?
I'll go 82.50. $50 down.
I'll go up another 50 just for you. 81.50. That's it. Don't even counter offer. That's it. Just take it. We met in the middle. That's it. 81.50.
82.50.
You know what? I'm tired, man. That's it. No.
82.00 block it.
You got it. Cool. David, that's what it is. Yeah.
It was a Rolex Submariner reference 16-16. 16-6-10.
Oh, smart man. See the week and sell this thing too.
Pushing my $100,000 challenge budget even higher. At this rate, how long do you think it'll take me to get 100K?
Well, I've had to pee so bad. Every time I have to pee, it always.
All right, anyways, we'll move on. Not everybody's into jewelry. Let's see what else we got.
One of the things that's shocking about the number of shots is that the last 5 shots or so are actually from a distance where he appears already lying on the ground, not moving. Do you remember that? Again, this is happening in.
I mean,
5 to
honestly,
10
Alex
seconds.
being shot is the most memorable part of it. The agents are not a part of that, I think, because I watched him die. I mean, I watched him die. I remember him arching his back and his head rolling back, and it was so fast moving, but not for me. Like,
This is a witness to the Petty shooting.
when they fled, which now I see, that after the shooting, they decided to just
And ran off local Minnesota police.
scatter and save themselves. Watching him die, and then after, I've watched people die before in more of a calculated and planned way, like, hospice in various ways. You know what that looks like, and I knew he was gone because I watched it. And then they come over to try to perform some type of medical aid by ripping his clothes open with scissors and then maneuvering his body around like a rag doll, only to discover that it could be because they wanted to count the bullet wounds to see how many they got, like he's a deer. I watched that, and that is what it felt like they were doing, and that is part of why I was like, what are you guys doing? Why would you jostle his body?
I know we've just come to accept it now, but how wild is it that within, 30 minutes of the shooting, that the administration took a piece of evidence, the picture of the firearm in the magazine, and posted to social media to make this guy out to be worse than what he is? You know what I mean? Like, when have we ever seen that in any investigation ever?
I watched that, and that is what it felt like they were doing, and that is part of why I was like, what are you guys doing? Why would you jostle his body around like that? You're not even doing anything to help him. But I knew he was gone.
You knew he was gone then?
I knew he was gone.
One of the things that's shocking about the number of shots is that the last.
Was there any truth to the rumor that they were picking up witnesses?
That's shocking about the number of shots is that the last 5 shots or so are actually from a.
One agent clap. They're disgusting humans.
Lying on the ground, not moving. Do you remember that? Again, this is happening in.
I mean,
5 to
honestly,
10
Alex
seconds.
being shot is the most memorable part of it. The agents are not a part of.
I don't know. It's fucking insane, dude. Mr. Global had an update about electric bills here, in case you guys need any of this.
So this is another warning. This may be worse than I thought. Now, I know a lot of people are discounting the storm because the precip didn't fall like a lot of people thought, but I told y'all from the beginning, the precip doesn't matter. It's the cold temperatures that are going to hit people's wallets specifically. And right now it's looking worse than I even thought. PJM come out. If you're on the PJM interconnect.
What sucks is, like, in a month from now when you get the bill, you'll be thinking, God damn, was it that cold? But you better be planning for this. You're going to get an electric bill. It's going to be 4, 5, 6 times its normal rate, and you're going to have to pay it with a 30-day shut-off notice. You know what I mean?
$2,300 a megawatt hour. That's normally $80. $2,300.
Got a TRO against DHS. I heard that they had picked up like 30 fucking witnesses or some shit, but I didn't know if it was just rumor or what.
Yesterday, I saw $800, and I was like, holy cow, $2,300. If you're in the upper Midwest, upper Atlantic, you're probably on PJM. You may not be. You might want to find out. Dominion Utility Zone in Virginia, home to the highest concentration of data centers, $1,877 a megawatt hour.
I used to work at Dominion plants. A lot of LNG plants.
Lasting longer. I've looked at many major cities from the upper Midwest to the East Coast. Didn't see a lot of temperatures rising above freezing in the next 10 days. The disaster is not the precip. The disaster comes in a couple of weeks when people get their electric bills. PJM is predicting record high energy consumption of, where's that number? Electricity demand across PJMs is projected to rise to a winter record Tuesday morning of 147 gigawatts. This is a warning I want you to share with people. People are going to be getting bills for thousands and thousands of dollars.
and they're not prepared for it. They don't understand, right? This sustained cold is crazy. 2 or 3 winters ago, we had this period where it was just like for weeks, it was like at around 0 or less, and overnight it was in the negatives, which is uncommon for us. And then like clockwork, 3, 4, 5 weeks later, I go on Facebook, people are like, did energy bills go? Did anybody else get $1,000 electric bill? Like, people's memories are short.
This is the grid failing. A grid failing isn't always the lights go out. A grid failing is oftentimes reflected on your utility bill. And I know a lot of people are hurting already because of their utility bills. I'm telling you right now, you haven't seen nothing yet. And there's a lot of people out there who are going to say, oh, he's fear-mongering and this and that. Listen, people have been telling me I've been fear-mongering about this for the last 2 or 3 years. I've been right every single time. I hope I'm not right this time because this is the worst. I've said...
I didn't ask. I need to ask my boss. She's probably asleep already. So her daughter still lives around Nashville. Does anybody know if Nashville power's been restored? Areas around Nashville?
Years and extended time of temperatures well below freezing across a large part of the United States could cripple. This could literally have long-term effects on our economy. This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is... I'm not exaggerating. This is not a drill.
The reason I trust him is because he's in oil and gas, and he's still willing to say the true things about oil and gas. You know what I mean?
This is coming, and no one is talking about it. And there's a lot of so-called experts out there.
It just seems like there's still some outages.
But you're going to find out. And if I'm wrong, you can bash me, you can trash me, whatever. I'm telling you, I'm not wrong. I'm telling you, I'm not. In 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to be making content about people getting electric bills. $2,000, $3,000. That's what I'm going to be doing. Maybe $4,000. I don't know how high they're going to get, but I'm telling you, they're going to get high.
My little experiment with insulating the bottom of the camper, I don't know if I told you guys. I'm pretty sure I told you. I spent a few $100, close to $300 on insulation. It was worth it. I swear to God, I had to climb under there to get something the other day, and I bet you it's at least 20 degrees warmer underneath there. Just from like the heat leaking out from my house, but at least now I'm holding it there, and the wind's not fucking passing through and dragging it away.
This is the disaster that's coming. Imagine living in a country where a very, very small percentage of the people that live in this country even have as much as $600 in a rainy day fund for an emergency. Imagine, I don't know, 50 million people? 100 million people? Getting electric bills in excess of $2,000 thrown in their lap. Imagine that. That's what's coming. It won't be a huge story in the news because there's not going to be, massive power outages everywhere. Not yet. Still a possibility. This news is going to be filtered through social media, where we see average everyday people on social media posting with their electric bills in tears. This is coming, folks. It's already here. I don't even know why I'm saying it's coming. It's here. It is here. Forecasters, meteorologists, they get poked fun at a lot for missing precipitation totals. I told you from the beginning, this is about cold temperatures. They don't miss much on those cold temperatures, and it is cold. And it's only getting colder. The storm's already passed. It's supposed to be colder here tomorrow and the next day and the next day than it was from the storm. We are all about to learn exactly.
Trump's posting, this stupid motherfucker is posting that my polling is the highest ever, okay? And the article it links to, he's saying my polling is the highest ever. And the article it links to says that 88% of the people who voted for him in 2024 would vote for him again. You understand that if it said 100% of the people who voted for you in 2024 would vote for you again, that still wouldn't be the highest ever. He links to a report that literally says, what did I just read? 6 national polls averaged Trump's approval rating around Democrats was 4%, 94% disapprove. Among independents, 30%, 64% disapproval. So the locked-in sides are not what we care about. It's usually the percentage in the middle that swings the votes. they're at 64% disapprove, only 30% approve. And among the Republicans, 88% report that they would vote for him again. 88% of Republicans that voted for him report that they'd vote for him again. 11% of those completely disapprove. So 11% of the votes he already got disapprove, and he has the nerve to tweet out, "My polling is the highest ever." The fuck is wrong with him?
Next day than it was from the storm. We are all about to learn exactly how incompetent our government is, and we're about to learn the consequences of divided government and divided people who cannot accomplish anything because they're too busy fighting identity wars and culture wars to worry about things that are important, like our grid and our energy. We are about to see things that we've never seen before. And there's always going to be those people that are like, well, it didn't impact me. What are you talking about? Because people still haven't put it together that not everything is about you. Not everything is about you. If you're on the PJM interconnect, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And I'm telling you this so you can somehow prepare. I don't know how much you can possibly conserve with these temperatures to make it better, but it's coming. Please share this video and get the word out so people know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is not a drill. Thanks.
So basically, when he's talking about PJM, he's talking the PJM interconnect. He's talking about all these areas, right? All the way down here in Kentucky, all the way up through Pennsylvania, and even some out like it's a gigantic area. Indiana, Ohio. It's all of Dominion, all the way down to Dominion's control down on the North Carolina coast. Like, that's a huge area. Allegheny, American Electric Power, American Transmission Systems, Atlantic City Electric, Baltimore Gas and Electric, Commonwealth Edison Company, Dayton Power and Light Company, Delmarva Power and Light Company, Dominion, Duke Energy, Ohio and Kentucky, Duquesne Light Company, East Kentucky Power Cooperative. I need to ask my sister if she's on the cooperative. Jersey Central Power and Light, Met-Ed, Ohio Valley Electric Corp. I think my sister's actually a little bit further than that. PPL Electric Utilities, PECO, PECO Energy Company, Pennsylvania Electric Company, Potomac Electric Company, Electric Power Company, PSEG, PSEG, and Rockland Electric Company. If you get your power from them, expect quite the increase. Let's see what he's been doing on shorts.
So I would like you to consider something for a moment, because, you know, a lot of people voted for Donald Trump because he's supposed to be this great businessman and America should be run like a business. So the question is,
no, AEP was second. American Electric Power.
The business hate the other half of the employees of the business. What kind of business is successful when the owner of the business constantly degrades and threatens and attacks all of the other businesses around the world that they do business with? What kind of business is successful when the management of the business lies to all of its employees every single day and they all know it? What kind of business is successful that constantly tries to find new ways to strip employees of said business of their benefits? Yeah, there's not one. Because that's not a thing. Because America's not a business. It's a community. And until you figure that out, you're going to keep destroying it. Thanks. So I would like you to consider something for a moment, because, you know, a lot of people voted for Donald Trump because he's supposed to be this great businessman and America should be run like a business. So the question is,
not much of a business.
In thousands and thousands of towns across this country, pastors, church leaders, faith leaders told their parishioners to take to the streets and pray for Donald Trump. And they had massive parades in little bitty towns. Thousands of people parading and praying for Donald Trump because he was the only thing that could save this country in the upcoming election. Many wore t-shirts that said, "Save our children." You may remember what was dubbed the Million Woman March, where Christians flocked to Washington to pray for America to return to God by electing Donald Trump. What are you doing now? Exactly. Yes, now that the man who brought millions and millions of you into the streets to pray for him is protecting pedophiles, where are you at? What are you doing right now? It's kind of hard to hide in a church pew. They're not that tall. I'm guessing we won't be seeing you again? That figures. Thanks. In October of 2024...
You know what I think the NFL's greatest troll this year has been, by the way? So, MAGA's all pissed that Bad Bunny's going to sing the halftime show, right? And they're like mad as hell. They're like, get somebody from America, because they don't know what Puerto Rico is. somebody that speaks American. We want somebody, somebody that speaks American. And then they fucking got Green Day. And Green Day, all their shit has been calling out Trump, cussing Trump, saying fuck Trump. They've got fucking little things they do between their sets, calling him out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Did you know that in 2014, an internal review of the U.S. Border Patrol found that on 67 different occasions during a 2-year period, that U.S. border agents intentionally stepped in front of moving vehicles just to justify...
This is that study that everybody was quoting.
Yeah, and that was from 2010 to 2012 is when that was in fact happening. And Jonathan Ross, the man who shot the woman in Minneapolis, was there from 2007 to 2015.
Green Day's doing the pregame show.
2015, working for the Border Patrol.
They might make an appearance in the halftime show. We don't know yet.
Yep. Now I wonder where that report is and if his name is in it. Because when you watch the video now with that knowledge, it looks a little bit different. Yeah, looks like he stopped right there where he did on purpose. Yeah, somebody has to get that report. Tell your friends. Thanks. Did you know that in 2014? Well, the OPEC 2020 deal...
We ended up getting the report.
Now the second dumbest thing Donald Trump ever did. Yeah. So we go to Venezuela, which is a founding member of OPEC, and seize their country and their oil. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. All on this notion that U.S. oil companies are going to go down there and get rich, even though they've already said, we're not going down there. And you don't have to go back very far to see how this could turn out. Just go back to 2018, the last time Donald Trump got OPEC to increase production, just like he did this time. Because it makes MAGA happy. They think we're drill baby drill when we're actually just getting more oil from Russia and Iraq. Yeah, that's what's really lowering our gas prices, not us. Now, he got them to do that on the promise that he would put sanctions on Iran, and as soon as he did it, he lifted sanctions on Iran and crashed the entire global oil market. That's what got us the OPEC 2020 deal. That's what got us $5 gas. OPEC's revenge against Donald Trump. And it will come again.
And then was able to blame it on Biden because he was already out of office.
Pretty soon. Donald Trump playing chess with OPEC is not good for us. OPEC is like that Magnus.
You know, it probably would have hurt a lot worse, but if Trump would have won instead of Biden, can you imagine how fucked up the economy would have been?
This guy that wins all the chess world championships and
they'd still be telling us that it was so awesome and it was all fucked. We did better than every other developed nation coming out of COVID. With Trump nowhere to be seen and saying everything we were doing was wrong.
It's like, I don't know, Sling Blade? Hey, maybe it's Forrest Gump. Yeah, stupid is as stupid does. Thanks. Well, the OPEC 2020 deal is now the second dumbest thing Donald Trump.
All right, let's check out good friend of the show, Gail Schuler.
Guys, I just came out of the shower.
You guys remember last time we covered Gail Schuler? She thinks she's God. She thinks she's Jesus. She thinks she's a bunch of things. She's just crazy.
I heard from Zach Knight, and I need to make a public service announcement, okay? Do not eat the snow that's all over the country. It is just Jesuit semen. If anyone eats the snow, it's basically a Jesuit semen snow cone.
Good friend of the show, Gail Schuler.
A public service announcement, okay? Do not eat the snow that's all over the country. It is just Jesuit semen. If anyone eats the snow, it's basically a Jesuit semen snow cone.
There's a I wanted to cover her like more in depth, like I do Phil and shit, but there's a channel that already does it really well.
And if you eat it, you could get an STD.
Ah.
Okay?
What? Well, STDs, the best approach to take is like Pokemon. Once you got them all, you ain't got shit to worry about, right? You fuck anything coming or going.
The Jesuit who made that part of the semen has any germs, like you could get Jesuit super eggs. I asked Zach Knight if the Jesuits used like automaton technology to create this storm.
Yeah, she's not joking. She knows all of this, right? She claimed at one time she was secretly the president. She's just legit crazy.
And also, women should avoid getting any snow in their vaginas for obvious reasons.
Why? I don't get it.
Technology to create this storm. And also, women should avoid getting any snow in their vaginas for...
You hear that, women? Womans, take caution. Okay? I know y'all were just fucking packing your pussies full. Now you know better.
Obvious reasons. Yeah, okay. If you want to get pregnant, STD, you name it, okay? He said that the Jesuits have always had the ability to manipulate weather.
Of course.
And they've always specialized in semen semen and
Dr. J told me that's the sole way she collects water for her household.
DNA technology like cloning. So they're just using old school computer satellite technology. That's what they used to create this storm. And yeah, and they used HARP probably. HARP was invented with computer satellite technology. So
Mariah likes to go out with no pants on and leave little tulip kisses on the fresh snowbanks. Let people know that she's been there.
Just wanted to warn you, do not eat the snow. Women, don't stick it up your...
It was like somebody took a roast beef sandwich and just started picking the snow with it.
Vagina, because it is made from Jesuit semen.
At least.
Jesuits don't give a flip if they give you an STD or if they make you pregnant. Okay? So I just wanted to let you all know that.
While we're on the topic, damn it, what is her Kim Cuckage? While we're on the topic of crazy bitches we cover, Kim Cuckage. What is her channel now, Dr. J? You remember? It's probably in Discord. Let me look. She just did a video that Trump used space weapons or something to break her dentures. Pinky SRQ. Yeah, you're right. She's back on YouTube. SRQ Tesla. She didn't delete it, did she? Here we go. Trump used direct energy weapons to crack my top teeth to stop me in my disclosure. So this is the woman that her uncle is Nikola Tesla, not to be confused with Nikola. And she works for President Trump psychically. Trump used a direct energy weapon on her to break her dentures.
How's that looking? Let me size it up. Hi guys, I got this. My new
She just calls Trump daddy.
Christmas pinky sweater. That's what made me want to come out today. This.
I think she says Trump is related to Tesla, so I guess they would be related. You're right.
Brand new. You know, from Christmas.
See how she can't talk? She's like talking with her teeth like this.
It's cold. Got to wear the whole ensemble. And I got a pink poppy coat. I forgot to bring it out here. And this is Mr. Pinky.
Kim Cuckage.
We gave disclosure. It's always going to come from...
See her teeth falling out slowly?
It's military. I hate these new teeth, President Trump. They suck. When's the medved's coming? I hate them. Yeah, I can't talk. This is why I'm not making videos.
Speaking of teeth, have you guys seen the girl going viral for doing braces in her basement?
Because I can't talk.
Oh, here they go.
These teeth, this sucks. And these teeth don't fit. When do we get the real deal, President Trump? I've had enough. I'm going to sign these teeth right here. Pinky Tesla for the library. He took my teeth with DirecTV, that there's nothing wrong with the bottom ones.
She meant direct energy weapon. She said he took my teeth with DirecTV, the satellite provider.
This sucks. And these teeth don't fit. When do we get the real deal, President Trump? I've had enough. I'm going to sign these teeth right here. Pinky Tesla for the library. He took my teeth with direct...
Those teeth will be in the presidential library. Mark her words.
Had enough. I'm going to sign these teeth right here. Pinky Tesla for the library. He took my teeth with DirecTV, that there's nothing wrong with the bottom ones.
DirecTV.
Stopped me from making videos 3 years ago. Direct Energy can do that. You want to make a bet?
Who are you betting?
with DirecTV that there's nothing wrong with the bottom ones. He wanted to stop me from making videos 3 years ago. Direct Energy can do that. You want to make a bet? I'm ready. President Trump, bring in the med beds. Had enough.
So Trump took her teeth with, this is 2 weeks ago. Trump took her teeth with DirecTV. Awesome.
Sending love. So how are we going to come out? Well, we're not going to do it on TV. Yeah, I don't need the world's media in my face. Kimberly Kukic. I just told the world through Q News Crew, Q Radio, President Trump's media, and I make this for truth.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Henry Lynch, the doctor, and we have all the tapes and recordings and everything, but the president will come and explain this to my dad. Dr. Henry Lynch told us I have a better chance of winning a $20 million lottery than I do having this DNA. Never let them study you. They're not doing it for your benefit. It's all recorded. They found the 369 God particle.
Dish Network got me an ear infection.
ET-DNA. This is why Dad was sent to Fort Knox. There was technology used on him in the MK Ultra program, and the president will bring the records. This is how I come out on Truth Social, The History of the Future, TNT, The Real Kim Shady, Entertainment 941, and Carrie Cassidy runs for me. She's my twin in this, understanding all the technology, the esoteric, and I consider her a conscience expert that can even teach me. My uncle was Nikola Tesla. President Donald J. Trump holds the patents, and we are going to bring everything out as Elon's dead.
Med beds, baby.
Guantanamo Bay. You know, all these bad hombres, including the Kardashians, you know.
How many people, these dumbass grifters, took deposits for fucking med beds?
It's clone TV in real life, and the world doesn't know yet. Think of it as a Hollywood movie that's playing out in real life, and some of you know it's clones, including President Donald J. Trump on television. Thank you.
Glad we got to the bottom of that. I was worried about it. Merry birthday, Grandpa Rip. Carrie Cassidy is my sister from another mister. You guys remember Carrie Cassidy? Where she's like, Robert David Steele, I think you still work for the CIA.
I'm making the video between you and I, but it has to go on YouTube. The president said for disclosure in our relationship. All right, so I'm getting set up for Orthodox Christmas.
You're good, man. Thanks for joining us.
And this is for, you know how I do for my mom and dad and Aunt Diane and Uncle Al. We do a Valentine party. Yep. That's for Valentine's. Okay, I bought myself, look at this, a new pinky sweatshirt.
This was 3 weeks ago.
For Orthodox. Well, I should just call it Christmas. You know, my mom and I were talking about that today. It's like, just call it Christmas. Biscuits and gravy. If you don't put the cheddar in, this is just the best biscuits and gravy from Sam's. And then I make kits that you can freeze for the family as part of their gift. Everything was on sale, man. I got the mother load today. Oh, that's my little bag, that, you know, freezer bag. That was last year's Christmas. I still haven't taken the tags off, using it a year. Oh, and look at this, Carrie. There's Mr. Pinky, the soldier. Mr. Pinky, the soldier. But these two, okay, I got at Sam's, real cheap. And I got them because you know how I do. I make these flower arrangements. So I got one for Mom and one for, well, that's Aunt Diane. And that's Mom. And that's next year's flower arrangements. Now there's cookies in there, but I don't care about the cookies because you can do flower arrangements next year. They give them back to me. And then I can do candles, big, like 6-wicked candles. Yeah. So this is my creativity that the president wants me to share instead of just making you the video. And they need to know the truth, what's coming. You know, we are the Fab Four. David Quigley is JFK Jr., DNA bloodline. Bryce is Robin, Mary Magdalene's bloodline. And then there's you and me. And it all falls under Calhouni, So we are the Fab Four that explains this in the future. The world just doesn't know yet.
That makes sense.
I love you guys. I miss you guys. And listen, I wouldn't gather and have a big party, but if the president would let me, I would have Junior, Bryce, Robin, and you, Carrie, over to my house for Orthodox Christmas. I really would. I love you guys. And this is going to be in our family blog eventually, but not until after Valentine's, because I got those Valentine's presents for the family.
Makes sense. Jesus Christ, dude, this woman's a fucking psycho. What is this one? Oh, this one don't look good. Is that fucking Sarah Palin?
Hillary, it's Donald and I, and we are here today, and we were talking about strategy. And we've been listening to the news, and you know, you can't even make it up. We keep saying that. And it's terrible what we're hearing in the news all week long. It like never lets up, Hillary. And you know, this is what's got me thinking, Hillary. The good Sarah Palin, the Christian girl, would extend a hand instead of making fun of you, calling you evil. I mean, those all fit, don't get me wrong. But the more I sit here and think about it, the more I need to at least try to extend a hand. I don't know where you went wrong in life, Hillary, but when you came out, you were
It's like Sarah Palin with a Down syndrome filter on Snapchat.
just like the rest of us. You chose evil somewhere along the lines in your life. I don't know when that happened to you, but it happened, okay? And when you chose evil, you've been in bed with the devil, apparently. Like, I don't know who made you a demon spawn, but you became a demon spawn. And you have, like, no purity in your heart anymore, Hillary. And that's what I want to talk to you about, Hillary, because it's not too late. God forgives all of us. Now, maybe the American people will never forgive you, but God will forgive you if you sit down, Hillary, and you get out that book. They call it a Bible, Hillary. It's a Bible. There's many of them. You need to, like, look for that, and you honestly need to sit down and make a list of all the things you've, like, done wrong and done dirty, and like all those commandments God gave, those are the laws. You probably broke every one of them, and you need to write it all down. He will sit you down one day. You're going to die just like the rest of us. And when
She does do stand-up comedy. That's true.
Hillary, what were your good works on earth? What are you going to say? What are you going to say, Hillary? Okay, think about it. The only thing we can take with us is our good works. I mean, think about that, Hillary. You don't want to get up there one day and be sold short, okay? But it sounds like you might. Sounds like you might, Hillary.
Wow. Please tell me she drives a PT Cruiser around. That is chef's kiss, baby.
Merry birthday to me. Meet my new car, Roxy. She's a little P.
I didn't know it was a musical.
T. Look at my new.
You guys want to see her stand up?
Roxy.
Okay. Let's check out her stand up. Hold on. Let's see what else is here. Betty Cracker, gingerbread, tiramisu. Ooh, she has these moments where she's not so crazy and she's just doing like arts and crafts and shit. But in other moments where she's saying DirecTV broke her dentures because Trump ordered them to. She's almost lucid for a minute. Let's get her stand up. It's hilarious. Talk about side splitting. You guys better be ready. If you need to piss, go ahead and do it now. It's bad. Okay? I'd hate to see you piss yourselves. Ladies, talking to you.
Class members, and then our headliner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Kimberly Kukic. Let her hear it, Kimberly.
Hey guys, thanks Les. Thanks to McCurdy's. This was a great 10 days of learning this. If you've
So she claims she was an actress because she like made her own content about the area she lived in, and she tried doing like social media commercials for companies that didn't ask her to, and then she went to this 10-day comedian class like to get ready for an open mic. Did very well. Oh shit.
Thick Idiot just resubscribed for 45 months. I actually hate the number 45.
Not as much as you're going to hate that one coming in 2 more months. Thank you, Q-Idiot. I appreciate it. Guys, support the show at Just Quick Tools. That's the link. Make a donation. Leave a message so I can read it live on air like Q-Idiot just did. Thank you very much. All right, back to it. Get ready. Here we go.
never done anything like this, you might want to consider doing something like this. It was a lot of fun. I couldn't decide what material I wanted to use. So I'm more of a storyteller. So I'm going to tell you about my aviation career. I was in aviation. I started as a flight attendant, became a pilot.
Not true.
But the best part was being the flight attendant, right out of like flight attendant training. You go through this flight attendant training for about 6 weeks, right? And believe it or not, people, we really do need to know a lot of stuff up in the air. I mean, they make fun of flight attendants all the time, but we do need to know a lot of stuff, like how to put out a fire, how to handle a medical emergency, blah, 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 blah. So the one thing they don't prepare you for is what the names that you will hear out of the pilots. They call you, like, when they need coffee, you know, they got that little, if you're ever on a plane, you'll see them, they pick up the phone and they're talking. Well, they're talking.
There's a lot of fucking setup here, bro.
The pilots, they call you, like, when they need.
What is this? Monopoly? Like, seriously, what is this? Monopoly?
Coffee, you know, they got that little, if you're ever on a plane, you'll see them, they pick up the phone and they're talking. Well, they're talking to the cockpit. So when a pilot calls you, they'll call you and you'll hear, hey, Sky Wench, can you get me some coffee? We're not politically correct in the airlines, people. Or we'll hear, galley bitch, I need a juice. My favorite was when they'd say, hey, tail gunner, can you come up here? We need some food. So, yeah. So that was some of the things that you get called as a new flight attendant right out of school, and you're not prepared. They don't teach you that in the training. The other thing they don't teach you is when you get out of flight attendant training,
I think she needs another 10 days.
They're going to say, you get on board the aircraft and they're going to say, hey, we need some air samples. I'm like, air samples? Yeah, before.
And this is probably the most supportive audience she could appear in front of. That's why you're getting some laughs and some people going, what? Air samples? Because everybody that's in the audience was also in the class. So they know they're going to have to take their turn, and they want people to be generous to them.
Before we get to the next destination, you need to go around the aircraft and collect some air samples from the passenger vents up above. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we need.
So her whole joke is like someone else's joke was to call me a funny name, and then here's this other joke that someone else pulled on me, and I'm just going to repeat it. Like the military does this too. They'll say take exhaust samples and they'll have you out in the motor pool, like with a trash bag hooked up to a tailpipe, get an exhaust sample. Then you have to run it over to whoever the motor pool sergeant, and he'll say, "Oh, you didn't get it here quick enough. Go do it again." Or I need it on 15 more vehicles. Yeah, that's someone else's joke. Just repeating it isn't that funny. That's not stand-up material.
3 of them. Okay, so I get a 6-sack. That's what we call them. They're sitting in your seat back pocket. Sometimes they got puke in them. When you get on the plane. Anyway, so yeah, so you get the 6-sack out and you go around to these little vents and you collect your ear sample. So I'm supposed to hand these in, right, to the gate agents when we get to our outstation. So I go around and I'm thinking to myself, they didn't train us this in school. So I go around and I'm getting my air samples, 3 air samples. So we get off the aircraft and I've got like 5 gate agents lined up and they're already laughing as they see me coming with my 3 little air samples. So they all go to grab the air samples, and as they popped them, the joke was on them. I filled them with spit. Spit goes flying, they're all wet. One time worked with a flight attendant.
She spit in the bag, Bosh.
My crew, one time I worked with the flight attendant that had a problem with the passenger. Passenger had a cat on board. And that's fine, under the seat back in front of you, in your little cage. Well, this passenger didn't like to follow the rules. She kept bringing the cat out of the cage, putting it on her lap, petting it, wanting to show it around all these other passengers. Well, you got people in a closed environment that could be allergic. You're not supposed to have this cat out. So the flight attendant I was working with, and she had seniority. She says, ma'am, you got to put the cat away. You got to put the cat away. Constantly during the whole flight. We were really having a hard time with this lady. Do we, and then it's a judgment call. Do you stop at a different destination because this woman's giving you a hard time? Then you got 156 passengers pissed off at you. Well, the flight attendant I was working with took the cat after like 10 times and threw the cat in the overhead bin. No.
So someone else did something funny.
Threw it in the overhead bin, man. Cat, and those overhead bins have holes in them so they can go from like the front end to the back end and cat pissed all over everything. Everybody's clothes was full of piss. Another little hazing thing we do in the airlines.
Piss on each other?
Visine in the coffee. I don't know if any of you ever heard of that trick, but you got a captain that keeps calling you a tail gunner, you give him 2 drops of Visine and you let him see that porcelain potty all night. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.
Shit. Spit, pee, then shit. That's what's next. Amazing. It was really good. I can't believe how good it was, to be honest with you. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Close that. Stop this. What are you doing? Oh, no. That's a good thumbnail. Bert, answer my email. I'm needy.
Buddy on Facebook or promote it.
This is an email Bert got.
Because it was a private event. And because of the way I'm being treated by the haters, I'm not going to promote any of my live stuff on Facebook because these jackasses can't get enough of screwing around. So we just won't, I don't need to tell all the people in Cincinnati or all the people in Florida where I'm playing in Las Vegas because there are some obsessed people. Obsessed. I'm getting emails now. See, they can't get on here and chat with us, so they send me these long emails. The person that wrote this last email, it must have taken them 2 days to just draft it.
Oh my God, who wrote it? Who drafted a 2-day email?
And then all the hate and all the criticism and all the negativity. And the more I see it, and they go, why don't you just give up? That's why. That right there is why. Because you'll get a sense of accomplishment. So screw you. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to give the haters the opportunity to actually say, we got him. No, you'll never do that. And I did need a few days.
Bert's only power in life is not responding to emails.
To go over in my head the best way to deal with all the attacks. I needed to process it a little bit. And with the advice of a couple of people who I very much value their advice, and just the time of looking at it from a little bit further back, I have to pity the fool. I pity the fool that's obsessed with little old me. What in the world are you doing? Pardon me, that was too many Diet Cokes, I think. But what in the world are you doing that you can sit down and write an email that had to take hours to come up? Because
it looked like a 30-minute email. I saw a screenshot of it. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. How slow do you type?
Detail in it, and the factual inaccuracies in it, where people take one little tiny thread of possible truth and expand on it. Somebody knew some things, they were told some things, and then they just imagined the rest of it. And I'm not going to address any of it because I'm not going to give that individual or any of these individuals that are sending this stuff the satisfaction of being able to get into a chat room and go, hey, he's talking about my email. Look what I did.
Well, you just did that. You literally just did that. You already gave us that. We're watching it right now.
So good. I challenge each and every one of those people, though it's just me and you now. It's just nobody else here.
Oh, you got a challenge.
Go get yourself a camera. Go get some lights. Go get the necessary equipment that you would need.
They don't have to do that. I do that for them.
Need to make it happen. Get yourself a microphone, some headphones.
Mine comes out much better than yours as well. Let me show you something. I do want to show you something. Hold on. I do not expect to have any viewers on Rumble. 0. Okay? I do it. The reason I do it is because I know that video will stay up no matter what. Okay? The video will stay up no matter what. They won't take it down. I don't want you watching on Rumble. If you want to, that's fine, but I'm not sending anybody to Rumble. I'm not asking anybody to go to Rumble. Now, Bert's only platform is Rumble. So I want to show you something. Bert has no idea the difference between live viewers, live real viewers, and views, cumulative views, okay? This is my live video. I'm here, losers, dated today. This is my live video currently. It's not playing, but if I played it, well, I'd have to refresh it. Let me refresh it. There we are. So that's me live.
DHT from your scalp. Day 1, nothing visible yet.
Mix cinnamon with oat.
2 ads, of course.
Gym trainers don't want you.
Might as well get my ad money.
Because many say it could help you lose.
This is my live. That's me talking right now. This is my video. That's that chat. That's everything. Now, it says down here in the corner that I have 15 live viewers. Probably a bunch of Bert fans or a bunch of Bert accounts. Okay, 15 live viewers. See that? 1-5. I'll zoom in on it. That's why we make fun of. Oh, it just went to 14. Somebody got busted. 14 live viewers. See that? That's the number you count when you tell somebody how many people are watching your stream. I have 14 live viewers. Okay? Everybody understands that, right? That's why we make fun of Bert, because he'll have 6 people in the chat and he'll have a pitiful number of fucking viewers. For it being his only platform where he's directing people to go, I know 15 is a pitiful number. I want 0. I want you watching on Twitch or YouTube where I make money. But whatever. 15. And Bert will have like 6 people in chat. His viewer numbers fucking suck. Okay? Now, if I go to my page, my Rumble page, and I hit refresh, it tells me that I've had 73 views. 15 viewers, 73 views. Yesterday's video, which I guarantee you never got above 20 live viewers, has 217 views. That's cumulative views. That's everybody that clicks on it accidentally, gets suggested it, flips through it, you know, they're scrolling, it pops up by accident. That's cumulative. That's not how many live viewers you got. That's cumulative views. All the views that video's gotten. Okay? Cumulative views. Now let's see if Bert can describe it.
We have been picking up a few stragglers here and there, but we should. Right now, it says we're streaming now and 490 people watching, but it says there's only 66 in the chat room.
So again, his video says 490 total fucking views, cumulative views, but only 66 people in the chat. That's what we're making fun of. But listen how he describes it.
Which is what the haters love to quote. You only got 84 people. No, it's right now 490 people are watching the show.
No, it's not. He would do the same thing on YouTube, okay? I'm sorry, on Facebook. On Facebook, he'd be like, it only says there's 16 people in here, but in 24 hours, it'll tell me 5,000 people saw it. 5,000 people were live watching me. The numbers just have to catch up. No, you're a fucking retard. That's the problem.
Start yourself a podcast. Get on here in front of the audience for 2 hours without a script. Take a look at how long it takes you all day long to put together 2 hours worth of content, which is what I do. And then get back to me. I use the word retarded a lot. You guys are just freaking retarded. So, and if I live in your head like this, it just is amazing to me how I can get all this hate mail and how it just keeps coming. And I laugh at it.
I got one email over the past 10 years, and it just keeps coming.
And my friends, and I said, look at this obsession.
It doesn't bother him at all. That's why he does a show out of it. Takes an hour out of his day, talks about it every time he goes live, watches every fucking video I make. Doesn't bother him at all.
Just with the fact that I ask you guys to donate, and I ask you to go to my store. Why don't you just get a job or stop begging people? Every single podcaster asks people to purchase things from their store, and they ask people to donate. They all do it. We all do it. Except for Brad, who just asked you to join the next greatest multi-level marketing scam he's got running, which he's got.
The only reason you exist is because of Brad. Remember, he raised you hundreds of thousands of dollars on a GoFundMe and got you started, but whatever.
Now, holy mackerel. Sorry, Brad, but you know what? I gave you 2 years to contact me. I said, I want to talk to you in person about all this stuff that's going on. And you won't do it. You're not man enough to do it. So,
dude, when you're just watching and reacting to videos, anybody could put together a 2-hour show. Look, I'll just click on this video. It's 3 hours long. Let's just react to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Anybody can put it together. Oh, that's that Alec Baldwin shit. That shit is wild. They got the body cam footage from the Alec Baldwin stuff and put it all together. Holy shit.
Doesn't drift at all. It just rolls. It wasn't made to drift. It was just to roll underneath the bar. That's all the steering I have.
Oh, it's definitely. I thought it was a car. I've seen a bug like that. Hold on. I didn't realize it was a fucking remote control car, but there's an actual there's an actual Volkswagen bug like that.
The lowest Volkswagen Beetle of all time. This thing looks.
It's basically like on a go-kart. See the motor on the back, but they've cut it so
like
fucking low.
Glitched into the ground. This wild machine was built to do one thing: win limbo contests. It's the brainchild.
Look at him crawling out of it.
Blake Parson. And if we take a closer look inside, you'll see it's just a custom go-kart frame sitting underneath the top of the Beetle's bodywork. Nonetheless, it's still ridiculously cool. It's definitely a wild.
That'd be a pretty crazy car to see rolling through town, though, wouldn't it?
But it begs the question. Is this the lowest Volkswagen Beetle of all time? This thing looks like it's glitched.
Uh-oh, what is this clip?
This wild.
Why would you put yourself in that situation while packing? And he can.
Why does that matter if it doesn't get a death sentence? They can't give him a death sentence.
Pack the gun, that's for sure. But you better be ready for consequences if you get too close to all that commotion.
Yeah, hold on. We'll finish this clip. Yeah, this has got all the body cam, all the everything. Check it out. Oh, I got it sped up, but. So this is literally them trying to save that woman's life. It's on Solve Files True Crime. You see them all like working on the
turned
the assistant
into a deadly shooting. None of it is leaving with the crew.
Everybody stops what they're doing right now. This is a crime scene. Yeah. Okay, everybody stops what they're doing.
I got it. Okay.
So what I would say is we have some stuff for safety.
Okay.
But that's all.
So I'm gonna throw crime scene tape from pretty much just about 50 yards around this building. Okay.
It's all the body cam footage because it's you know you just got to request it.
Okay, cool. Okay. Here when it happens. How many people, Baldwin?
Anyways, it's like over an hour long.
Where's he at? Four? Okay.
Alec Baldwin was the actor on set that pulled the trigger.
Alec Baldwin?
Yes, sir.
Where's he at?
We got one.
Yeah, you help me find him?
Yes, sir.
So anyways, go check. Well, I can't watch it here, but go check it out. Solved Files True Crime, and other people have it too, but this guy put it together well. Anyways, back to that clip I was watching.
Why would you put yourself in that situation while packing? And he can pack the gun, that's for sure. But you better be ready for consequences if you get too close to all that commotion. Why would you even want to be there doing that?
You know, this could be an excuse for don't protest, don't go outside, don't blow a whistle, don't, hang out on your own property, don't be home when the cops serve a search warrant for the wrong house, don't drive your car if you don't, this is justification for anything, you fucking retards. You're definitely allowed to do that, but just don't.
Why are you making apologies for thugs? These are the Gestapo. These are Nazis. And you're making apologies for this shit.
Well, you better get your ass on board because it ain't going away.
I'm not getting on board. I'm the one who gets killed and you don't care. And that's the sick part.
Oh my
You think
God.
for 1 minute I'm not
I swear her mom would just be so distraught she couldn't speak. Her dad would be like, she shouldn't have went there. I've been telling them for years.
out on the street if that's my town and that's my neighborhood? You think I'm not out there?
Yes, when authoritarian regimes take over, most people just comply.
You bet. I hope you would not.
It's not like the violence starts immediately and they're like, you got to do this and you can't say that and you got to change your language around this and no one can say anything. Most people just comply.
I hope you would.
Well, I hope you have smart enough brains to not be that stupid.
You think if they come to my front door, I'm not going to use the guns that I have in my house?
They ain't gonna come to your front door.
You don't give a shit. That's the point. I will die for this cause, and you don't care.
Why would you put yourself
Damn.
in that situation?
There's another one about, she's like, I just need to see more videos.
When your actions cross the line, there will.
I guess we should watch these in order. Hold on. I shouldn't have done that. Will anything be too much arresting a toddler? MAGA mom defends ICE detaining children. MAGA defends Trump's criminal convictions. I think it's probably about right here, maybe.
I literally, I really thought that we would come here today, and at least Mom, in the very least, I thought that you would have some kind of rational thought. But you've been listening to Kristi Noem spew her bullshit, call this man a criminal,
Even Kristi Noem's walking it back now and blaming it on Stephen Miller.
Children don't do anything. Kids can't do anything, and they got arrested and put in concentration camps, and you're trying to make excuses for it.
I'm not making excuses.
A judge had to step in and stop the separation today or yesterday.
You are. The dad ran. It doesn't matter. They're going after people that aren't criminals, and they're taking their children. And you're trying to make a excuse for it.
That man wasn't illegal that they were after. He fled from law enforcement and had a 5-year-old son with him.
Do you not listen to what I'm saying? He's not illegal.
Yes, he was.
No, he's not.
Which one are you talking about?
Liam's entire family has an active asylum case. They entered the U.S. legally.
Right, asylum case that Trump threw out all of that, what, a year and a half ago or 2 years?
I literally,
So what were they supposed to do? They're still in the system, right? He's just ending it. What are they supposed? They came here legally. They got here legally. They were here legally. Then he made them illegal so he could round them up.
Why do you think they are cracking down in Minnesota? Do you think it's about immigration? Do you think it's about
Minnesota sent billions of dollars to the Somalians.
Didn't Pam Bondi just say this morning why they're in Minnesota? Why all this is happening?
To get the voter record.
To get their fucking voter records. They said, turn those over and we'll kick out ICE.
Mom, how many undocumented immigrants do you think are in Minnesota?
I do not know that answer.
More than any other state.
What's that?
The only other state that has more is the one you live in.
Me?
Yeah, you have more illegal aliens than any state on the planet.
There's 100.
Why are they not shooting people down in Texas? There's millions down in Texas.
30,000 approximately undocumented immigrants in Minnesota. Texas, 1.9 million. Why aren't they doing this in Texas?
Okay.
Give them time. Give them time.
ICE is currently in these cities. We know Minneapolis, Portland, Lewiston, Maine, Chicago, LA, Buffalo, Houston. So dozens of cities nationwide have ICE in them.
What do all those cities have in common?
What I'm asking you is
what do all those cities have in common?
Those are
run by Democrats.
There you go. This is a political attack. It has nothing to do with immigration. It has nothing to do with undocumented immigrants. He is causing terror in cities that did not vote for him. Tim Walz ran against him. You don't think that has something to do with it?
Sanctuary cities is where he is giving asylum to all these illegals.
I'll say again. I'll say again. I'll say again.
He's basically telling you guys to stop your bullshit.
Texas has 1.
Oh shit. 10 six-packs. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. 10 six-packs, and they said something about Bert. Let me go read that. That's why I like messages with it, so I can read them. Thank you. This donation is for Bert. Thank you for always covering him. Thank you very much for the 10 six-packs. I appreciate it.
0.9 million undocumented immigrants. Minnesota has 130,000.
Okay, but
Minnesota has, the prison system has always worked. You know how they keep saying, like, well, they take these illegal aliens, they arrest them, they know they're supposed to be deported, and they just put them back out in the city so they can rape and pillage. Or Minnesota Department of Corrections has always worked with ICE. Always. And now they're having to show evidence that they're doing it because ICE is claiming that the prisoners they transfer over to DHS custody, ICE is claiming they picked them up in raids when the prison handed them over.
It's not about immigration. It's not about undocumented immigrants. It's not about that. It's about causing terror in cities that did not vote for Donald Trump. Why do you think they are cracking down in Minnesota? Do you think it's about immigration? Do you think it's about
Minnesota has sent billions of.
When your actions cross the line, there will be consequences.
What action?
Again, this is an excuse for anything, right?
What line was crossed? This nurse that they executed with 12 bullets.
They've already made excuses for people getting injured with grenades and smoke and shit because you shouldn't be at a protest. ICE is going to go in, kick down a door, and burn down somebody's house. They're going to be like, you shouldn't have been home.
I didn't want that man to die. Nobody wanted Renee Good to die.
Well, they had a gun and 2 magazines.
They disarmed him. They took it.
No one cares about the fucking magazine. I don't even know why they're mentioning that. Most people that carry, if they're like serious and carry every day, they probably carry a spare magazine.
His gun. You guys have seen the video, right? We've all seen it.
Okay, what I'm saying is I need more videos. I need the video of the lady in the red.
Why do you need more videos? This wasn't touching his gun. They took it from him and shot him 12 times. Do you have eyes?
Oh my God. Because it's too early for me to make my final judgment because I need to see more video.
She needs to hear what Kristi Noem says, what Donald Trump says, how that narrative changes so she can repeat it word for word, verbatim.
I want to see the lady in the red coat with her video. She's right there.
Fine. All that video is out. It's online. You can look it up. What is clear from all the videos is that an ICE officer takes the gun out of his back waistband. You can see him doing that. What is clear in all.
Here's how they got to start setting these up, okay? Before they tell them when they're just repeating Donald Trump, that he had a gun, he pulled it on officers. Here's how you set this question up. You say, let's pretend that everything I'm saying is true. If there was evidence that this man was just helping a lady and he gets pepper sprayed in the face, and you describe everything that actually happened. He was thrown to the ground. 7 ICE agents couldn't take him down. 1 ICE agent took his weapon from him. He never reached for it, never nothing. That ICE agent runs away 3 steps, and then one guy shoots him in the back and then moves to the side and unloads into him. If that were the case, how would what would you think about this? Because they've already got the narrative from Donald Trump and Kristi Noem and everybody else that he brandished a weapon, he pointed at him, he was there for maximum destruction to ambush the police officers and blah, blah, blah. Just describe it physically and say, if this were the case, would you be more sympathetic to that position? And once they agree, say that is the case. That's it. 100%. That's what actually happened.
All of those videos is that he is never reaching for his gun. He doesn't have his gun. All he ever has is a cell phone. What is clear in all of those videos is they shoot him.
Do you guys think that MAGA mom here fucking watches the elder millennial?
What is clear in all of those videos is they shoot him 10 to 12 times after they take his gun. He is disarmed. He is in a fetal position on the ground, and they.
I would like to see Destiny and the older millennial go together. Destiny, everything the Elder Millennial does is based literally on memes. And Destiny always has the fucking receipts.
Take his gun. He is disarmed. He is in a fetal position on the ground, and they light him up. That is clear in all of those videos.
When your actions.
And then this is the next part. We already watched it, but this is in order.
In that situation, while packing, and he can pack the gun, that's for sure. But you better be ready for consequences if you get too close to all that commotion. Why would you even want to be there doing that?
Why are you making apologies for thugs? These are the Gestapo. These are Nazis. And you're making apologies for this shit.
Well, you better get your ass on board because it ain't going away.
I'm not getting on board. I'm the one who gets killed, and you don't care. And that's the sick part.
Oh
you think for 1 minute I'm not out on the street if that's my town and that's my neighborhood? You think I'm not out there?
You bet. I hope you would not be. I hope you would.
Well, I hope you have smart enough brains to not be that stupid.
You think if they come to my front door, I'm not going to use the guns that I have in my house?
They ain't going to come to your front door.
You don't give a shit. That's the point. I will die for this cause, and you don't care.
Why?
People are saying this conversation is no longer necessary. Like we've moved past the point of like trying to placate these old fucking people that are saying fucking heinous shit about others and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know they're going to keep doing it. It gets a shit ton of views. But do you think they should still be doing it? They had that therapist on. It didn't really change a whole lot. I watched the whole video, and I heard they debated with Hassan, but I'm not a big Hassan fan. But yeah, that was all right. When will it end? It's rough right now, guys. I don't know what to tell you. No guns for liberals. Sorry, I was trying to read what was going on in this video over here. Do you think people like that ever wake up? Do you think people like that ever are like, oh, this is too far? Or do you think they're just in for the long haul and they'll just keep repeating? Like if literally Donald Trump murdered somebody that they thought they liked. What? I don't know. Do they ever wake up? Are they just too deep? They don't come back out of it, or what? Oh, that's a good one, Luke.
There is total chaos at the White House right now.
The only clip I saw of it was Hassan putting on all his MAGA gear, like in that big giant Trump hat and shit.
Reportedly, people inside the administration understand how terrible the events that are unfolding are and how they're being perceived, and they've lost the public, obviously, killing people in broad daylight and lying about it in broad daylight. And so Caroline Leavitt came out to do damage.
I think what happens is like a new administration comes in, and some of them, a percentage of them, even if it's just like 5-10%, a percentage of them sees how bad it was when a normal fucking administration comes in, and then they just pretend like they were never MAGA.
Control, and it was wild because you can simultaneously see her doing this state propaganda type stuff, regime propaganda, continuing lies, trying to do a bunch of victim blaming, but at the same time,
is Luke wearing a velvet shirt? Luke, is that crushed velvet? What is? I thought it was a bathrobe at first. Then I saw the collar.
Trying to back off a little bit. I mean, Stephen Miller came out and called Alex Preddy an assassin. You had Kristi Noem and others pretending like he was going there to do a massacre of ICE agents, just like delusional stuff that luckily we
maximum damage
video to obviously debunk, and it has been thoroughly. So I mean, we talk about there, but there is something notable about how they're backing off a little bit. They realize they've gone too far, I think. And we'll start with this clip from a pretty disastrous press conference of Caroline Leavitt's.
Thank you, Caroline. Regarding Minnesota, on Saturday, the Department of Homeland Security posted that Preddy looks like he wanted to do maximum damage to massacre law enforcement. Stephen Miller on Saturday posted that, or called Preddy a would-be assassin. Why did administration officials jump to conclusions before an investigation had even been conducted?
Well, look, this has obviously been a very fluid and fast-moving situation throughout the weekend. As for President Trump, whom I speak for,
I think he might not be getting, his hardcore voters probably aren't flipping, but he's got to be. He has to. I've even seen people say, I support Trump, but one person at least, this shooting shouldn't have happened, right? He's got to be activating the independents, right? The problem was with Kamala Harris, yeah, he did better in some groups, but a lot of people just didn't show up. They weren't excited about it. They didn't like the economy. They didn't want more of the same. They wanted something different, and they couldn't bring themselves to vote for Trump, so they just didn't show up. Hopefully, this midterm, we have a fucking huge turnout.
He has said that he wants to let the investigation continue and let the facts lead in this case.
So why doesn't he get the rest of it?
We have to let them know that these actions that are taken, these people that are dying, the stuff that's happening around the world, it's your fault if you won't fucking show up.
Administration well, first of all, why did he come out immediately and lie? Because he did that too. But then why doesn't he get his other...
I didn't even hear her answer.
Situation throughout the weekend. As for President Trump, whom I
for an investigation, even if it doesn't.
Well, look, this has obviously been a very fluid and fast.
Because that's the way they get ahead of everything, right? They come out as soon as it fucking happens and say it was a terrorist and they were attacking and they were a would-be assassin.
Situation throughout the weekend. As for President Trump, whom I speak for, he has said that he wants to let the investigation continue and let the facts lead in this case.
So why doesn't he get the rest of his administration to, well, first of all,
that's not the way. They definitely, I've said this before, they're definitely handling this different than Renee Good. They've got to know how bad it looks. I mean, Renee Good was bad too, but this has obviously touched something in more people. The way this one went down. Carolyn Levitt was saying that she was a domestic terrorist who wanted to do this, blah, blah, blah. And now they're like, well, we want to let the facts lead with this investigation.
Why did he come out immediately and lie? Because he did that too. But then why doesn't he get his other administration officials to stop coming out and jumping to conclusions? I'm so sick and tired of Levitt and Tom Homan and Chris Noam and Trump saying you, me, we, all of us have to wait for an investigation that they'll do, and don't ask local officials to have any say in it. Don't ask anything independent. We'll do it. But we have to wait for an investigation before you jump to conclusions or have any outrage. But we can come out immediately and say whatever the hell we want. But then if you press us on something that one of our spokespeople said, like Stephen Miller calling him an assassin, smearing Alex Preddy, then I'll go back on while we're waiting for an investigation. Well, then why did he say that? Why did he say that? And that's what this next reporter gets at, which is Stephen Miller going to apologize for lying about Alex Preddy? Maybe even apologize to his family? While you watch this clip, if you appreciate these updates, despite everything that's going on in the storm and icy roads, please do click the subscribe button. It's completely free, makes a big difference, and if you want to go a few steps further, you can click the like button and all those things just to help get the word out about what we do. Here this is.
Is Tom officials referring to him in that way, rushing to that judgment? Go ahead.
Thanks, Caroline. On Stephen Miller's comments, will Stephen Miller be apologising to the family of Alex Preddy for calling him, quote, an assassin who tried to murder federal agents, despite the fact that, as you say, this is still under investigation?
Look, again, this incident remains under investigation, and nobody here at the White House, including the President of the United States, wants to see Americans hurt or killed and losing their lives in American streets.
Well, you're not answering the question. Is there going to be an apology?
And we mourn for the parents. As a mother myself, of course, I cannot imagine the loss of life, especially losing one's child. And that same empathy from the...
So then she says a bunch of stuff. It doesn't answer the question. Obviously, Stephen Miller won't be apologizing. But if you actually are mourning, if you actually care, if you actually don't want people to be hurt, Americans to be killed, then why are you enabling it? Why are you continuing the operation in Minneapolis? Why are you lying after someone gets killed? Excuse me. And a little bit more on this.
Mary, thanks,
Caroline. To follow on Dave's question, Secretary Noam said Alex Preddy committed an act of domestic terrorism. Stephen Miller labeled Preddy a domestic terrorist. Does the president agree with that?
Look, as I've said, I have not heard the president characterize Mr. Preddy in that way. However, I have heard the president say he wants to let the facts in the investigation lead itself.
Was the alarm to hear his top officials referring to him in that way? Rushing?
Yeah, and she doesn't answer that question either. And then a right-wing propagandist asks... Okay. So then she throws to, I guess, like a gateway pundit person or something. And he says... Where was the outrage about Ashley Babbitt if people are outraged about Alex Preddy? So, let me explain before I even play the clip to this quote-unquote, air quotes, sarcasm, reporter, journalist. Here's the difference.
I honestly think they plant those people in there so when she's getting beat the fuck up, she can go to fucking such and such with JLG Podcast Studios. And they'll be like, well, since you're doing such an amazing job, I don't know why more reporters aren't worshiping you. That's my question. Like, what the fuck?
Why there wasn't national outrage about Ashley Babbitt like Alex Preddy. Alex Preddy was peacefully protesting and filming, assisting a woman who had been shoved to the ground and got shot a bunch of times for no reason. Ashley Babbitt was violently storming the Capitol and was trying to climb through a window into a secured, what was supposed to be a secured government.
Dude, if I'd have been in the car with Ashley Babbitt when she was on that rant, when she was driving to D.C., I'd have shot her there. Just to shut that bitch up.
Building as they sought to prevent an election from being certified.
That's my hot take for the night.
And that's the difference. Still tragic she died. Tragic Trump's lies got her into that position. Truly. Very different situation, though.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Carolina. Jordan Conrad's from Gateway. I have a few questions. First,
how do we know that Ashley Babbitt didn't overdose on fentanyl at the exact time that bullet hit her? Anybody asking these hard-hitting questions like me? I doubt it.
With respect to the shooting in Minneapolis, we're seeing massive outrage from mainstream media on the left, but I'm just wondering, where was that outrage when Ashley Babbitt, an Air Force veteran, was executed by Capitol Police Officer Mike Bird, who she posed no threat to in the U.S. Capitol?
Is this guy going to play fucking Jesus and the Passion of the Christ remake after this? Who the fuck is this guy?
Raise a very important point, which I also believe that I just raised as well in those opening remarks, in that there has no doubt been selective outrage by the liberal biased media and picking and choosing victims and highlighting their stories.
Okay, so it's... I already explained it. I already explained the difference. And it's just upsetting that people would be that disingenuous. But then she was asked, you know, and I'll just fill in some of the context. The reporter doesn't say all this, but there is a lot of reporting that even Trump is uncomfortable with how Kristi Noem has been handling this, that definitely people within DHS are super uncomfortable and against it, wanting to resign, which they should, by the way. That would be the patriotic thing to do. Does Trump still have full confidence in Kristi Noem? And Levitt says, yup.
To your first question, the answer is yes. He still has confidence and trust in Secretary Noem. To the second question, I would...
If he still has full confidence and trust in Kristi Noem, she now has smeared and lied about 2 different people who were brutally killed during protests. Unjustly. And he still stands by her. He called them both domestic terrorists before an investigation and completely contradicted the facts. Kristi Noem did. And he still stands by her. Well, then, those are all his words in my book. Then that is all on him, of course. And then here was the victim blaming that I referenced.
Saturday's shooting remains under active investigation by Homeland Security Investigations and the FBI. The Customs and Border Protection is also conducting their own internal review. As President Trump said yesterday, the administration is reviewing everything with respect to the shooting, and we will let that investigation play out.
Why did so many Trump administration officials come out and lie about it then, if you're going to let the investigation play out?
But let's be clear about the circumstances which led to that moment on Saturday. This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota. For weeks, Governor Walz and the Mayor Jacob Fry and other elected Democrats were spreading lies about federal law enforcement officers who are risking their lives daily to remove the worst criminal illegal aliens from our...
So remove the horrible criminals through the legal processes, like many presidents have done before. Obama did extensive, humongous immigration.
I know my ADHD is bouncing around. Does anybody care if a place like the Kennedy Center makes money? I feel like we just agreed as a society that the Kennedy Center was there to be the Kennedy Center. And if we have to pay to upkeep that with our taxes, that's what they're there for. Does anybody care if it turns a profit?
Enforcement. And that doesn't require these sorts of unlawful raids, harassments, escalations. It doesn't. So it's not Tim Walz sparking this. It's Trump's policies. Then this.
It is President Trump's hope and wish and demand for the resistance and chaos to end today.
So you hear, it's like, yeah, I guess it's sad that we ended up leading to someone getting killed, but gosh, I guess my takeaway is I wish they would stop resisting. What resisting? What was Alex resisting? He was filming. He was getting protesters out of the way. He was ushering cars past him. You see all this in the video. It's sort of, yeah, well, we'll stop abusing you if you'll just stop resisting. Then, to my point about the backing off, it does seem they're a little bit frantically panicking. Here, talking about Bovino, the ICE commander, being, it sounds like, changed to a different place.
Going to Minnesota, is Gregory Bovino also going to remain in Minnesota overseeing these ICE operations?
Mr. Bovino is a wonderful man, and he's a great professional. He is going to very much continue to lead Customs and Border Patrol throughout and across the country. Mr. Homan will be the main point of contact on the ground in Minneapolis.
So now Mr. Homan, Tom Homan, and you can see Trump posting here, I'm sending Tom Homan to Minnesota tonight. He's not been involved in that area, but knows and likes many of the people there. And now it's going to be Tom heading this up, which led to Crystal Ball posting, which was a thought that I was having. While that this regime is so psychotic, Tom Homan is considered moderate. So they're going, whoa, things got out of control. We're going to reposition Bovino, but replace him with Tom Homan, and he'll really chill things out. Yikes. And then she just lied. This is just ridiculous. Listen to this.
Aliens, of which there are still hundreds of thousands to deport from the interior of our country. The most peaceful way to carry out this vital public safety mission is for Republicans and Democrats to do it together, and for state and local law enforcement to work together with federal law enforcement. We want to let cops be cops. You wouldn't know this continues to be a very popular policy position from the biased media coverage over the course of the last few days, but polling shows huge support for this exact thing President Trump is calling for. More than 80% of Americans favor deporting illegal aliens convicted of violent crimes.
Yeah, and that's
convicted of violent crimes. I would not be surprised if it was 90%. Yeah, hell yeah. No, you're going to be hard pressed to find somebody that disagrees with that.
Not what you're doing exclusively. Of course, everyone supports that. If you're a violent criminal and you aren't lawfully in the country and you get detained, yep, that's cause for deportation. Of course, no one's arguing with that or disagreeing with that. But that's not what's causing all this. Citizens have been detained. Legal people with legal immigration status, non-violent, undocumented immigrants, non-criminal, undocumented immigrants. huge percentages of the people who have been detained and deported do not fall into the category that you're talking about. And even when you're going about these different operations, you're not getting the proper approvals and warrants, and you're not respecting people's rights, whether it be entering their home or detaining them, and then they don't even end up being who you thought you were going after over and over again. So the lie there is that polling shows Americans support what Trump's doing, but you might go, well, she was saying polling shows it supports what Trump's calling for. That's different. Okay, well, listen to this.
Americans overwhelmingly want exactly what President Trump is delivering: strong borders and strict immigration enforcement against.
So polls don't show. They don't show people approve of what Trump's doing. So much so that this headline was necessary. Trump sues poll, the New York Times, because his popularity is plummeting. They reported on just how unpopular he's gotten, and he's suing over it. And then you had this, Matt McDermott saying, as insane as this sounds, it's true. Pambandi sent Minnesota officials a letter today saying ICE would leave the state if Minnesota turns over its voter files to the Trump administration. They're openly using state violence as a bargaining chip to seize election infrastructure. Insane. Absolutely insane. I think that's where I'll wrap it up. Really crazy stuff coming out of the White House, but it does seem like they're at least panicking over how many Americans are opposed to this.
Fucking insane. Anyways, the reason I asked about the Kennedy Center is I was going through Trump's post, and he says, the Tom Homan, he sent in Tom Homan, he talked to Tim Walz, he talked to Jacob Frey. He says, people don't realize that the Trump Kennedy Center suffered massive deficits for many years, and like everything else, I merely came in to save it and, if possible, make it far better than ever before. President Donald J. Trump. But that doesn't explain why you had to stick your fucking name on his memorial. And two, I would expect that it often loses money. Right? It's a public good. I would expect them to have fundraisers and to be funded by taxes. And whatever money they make to roll back right back into themselves. I don't want them like cutting a fucking check to the Treasury. I would assume they just take that money and roll it back into paying people to appear and upkeep and blah, blah, blah. Neither one of those things justify your name on it, right? And what I didn't expect it to make was where people like, oh, we'll make so much money doing this Center for the Performing Arts. I don't understand. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But whatever. All right, guys, I think I'm out. Yeah. It's 1 a.m. here. It's cold as fuck. It's going to be cold for the next few days. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Please consider supporting the show. We got bills to pay. The fucking light bill is going to be crazy for the office this month, or when it comes next month. So go to Just Quick Tools, leave a donation. That's where I accept donations. Leave a message so I can read it when I'm live again. You can donate while I'm off the air. I just won't be able to thank you until I come back tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Listen to me rant. I just covered some weird shit tonight, but it was fun. I'm glad you guys hung out with me. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Kids are out of school again. Either way, love you. See you. Bye. Have a good night.
But I can tell you this about if this dude.
I got to reboot this fucking computer, dude. It's lagging like hell now.
You don't have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
I need to build the show back up. I need to do a better job of better content, better titles, better shorts. I need to do a lot. We got to get back to where it's paying for itself and making money to keep the content going. Out there's stuff I want to do that I just can't afford to do. Sometimes I think, man, let's take the leap. Like I got, a little bit of money in savings. Let's invest in this and go this or go to fucking Minnesota and do some videos or something. But then I'm like, God damn, I don't want to flop. Lose my little bit of a nest egg that I got and just be fucking poor and destitute, living with Bert in one sock. I might have to get a roommate like Bert. And then what? The content would be fire, but
You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place.
You take a big roll of duct tape and split the apartment in half. This is your side, this is my side, bud.
I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped him to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Wait. Stop. What? What? I'll get my files. What are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. This mom's an alcoholic. Give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go.
Good night, guys.
It's the moth, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we